let's change that up. Let me wait for my model to come. Let me check the audio to make sure it's good. It took me a while to come in because I had to get some water and some stuff before I started the stream, and not only that, I kind of forgot that I have to like make a whole thumbnail. Um, whole thumbnail. So there was that too. So it took a little while for me to start the stream. But we're here now, and now we can start chapter two. What is called? Chapter two of Higurashi is called Watanagashi, I think it's called. Let me see if I correct me if I'm wrong. It's chapter two, but um, dang, where's the games? Yeah, oh my god, the model V2 Studio is frozen. I might have to be in a PNG model if it's frozen like this. Oh, it's coming. There we go. Also, let me show you guys what I did before the stream started. Like Watanagashi, yeah, Watanagashi. That's what it's called. Testing, testing. Okay, audio sounds pretty good. All right, just need my VTuber model to this V2 video V2 Studio is acting up. Also, I forgot to download the game, so there's that. But good thing the game's like not a big gigabyte game, so the game is not didn't take too long for it to download too. Thank God. All right, model looks good. Ebag says he's at the movie watching the back room. Everybody's like, I hope I do want to watch the movie, but personally, I do want to see Obsession more because like I heard great things about Obsession. But I hope I get the chance to watch it. I hope the back room is good. Oh, that's cute. They updated VTube Studio on my phone. Okay, perfect. Hey, Seijuru. Say, wait, there's no you. Seijuru. Seijuru. Hello. Haven't been here in a while. Yeah. Haven't streamed in a while too. I think it's been 4 days since I last streamed. That's not how you say it. I'm gonna call you Say. Seijuro. There's no O in your name. Oh wait, that's a zero though. Zero's supposed to be O? Oh, okay. Seijuro. Okay, I said Seijuru. Someone took it. No, okay. Then I was kind of on there. I was kind of on there. Seijuro. Seijuro. I said Seijuru. I mean, if they can't make it, it's okay. I won't force anybody to join the stream. Oh my gosh, the water is so great. Okay. Okay, let me just start the introduction. Hello, fellow Dream Eaters. This is your girl, Yume Nabi here, and for today's stream, we are playing Chapter 2 of Higurashi Watanagashi, I believe it's called. Um, the first chapter of Higurashi, it was pretty hectic. Like, I think, Chapter 1 of Higurashi covers, like, 4 episodes of the anime. Like, when I was, like, going back and watching the anime, it looked like the first game covered 4 episodes, which is pretty insane. Like, that's pretty crazy. But they kind of like took some things out, but they added like a lot of blood in there. But it looks like the pacing's getting closer and closer, where they're showing like the blood and guts that the Higurashi that I know and love will show. So I don't know if they're gonna show any more blood scenes in chapter two. I kind of low key hope they do. I think chapter two, based on what I'm seeing in the picture, it looks like Shion is going to be introduced in this game. Shion is Mion's twin sister, and that's going to be pretty interesting to see. What else? Honestly, I've been lazying about, to be honest. I just been watching videos. I've been trying to find a way to get this Bratz wall art that I've been seeing, and I finally found somebody on Depop who has it because I was like searching on in my local Burlington and Ross for any Bratz stuff. Yesterday Ross did had a Bratz shirt and I did bought it, But Burlington had nothing, and it pissed me off so bad because I wish I went to the bigger one. Because I thought if I went to my local one, maybe, you know, nobody would be there. But they just didn't have anything in stock, to be honest. Like, it was like an empty store. Like, I was so pissed off. I should have just spent money on an Uber to go to a bigger store. But I didn't want to, like, but I didn't want to go to take an Uber and then there's nothing there. That would make me even more madder. So I had to go to the one closest to me that's walking distance. But I was like, if it's gonna be so hard just to find this one specific wall art, and a lot of people are just gonna buy it off, I might as well just buy it online. To be honest, from the people. So I got it from Depop from somebody, and not not oof man. I was doing D&D. What? Fat chud. What the heck? Hello, Nabu. I guess you guys can be fat chuds together. What was I saying? So yeah, I bought the wall art from a Depop person, and honestly, I don't regret buying it. They were selling it for like $60, but I didn't buy it at full price, to be honest. I bought it like I think I spent $16 because I'm paying it for a monthly, because why not? I mean, if I can do it, I'll do it, because I don't have $60 on hand to like buy that, but it's worth it. What is going on in this chat? Not gonna lie, this VTuber model is high key tough. Thank you. I like that. It's a TikTok. A funny one. This TikToker is really funny. Also, you ever play visual novels? I love visual novel games. That's my thing. I play visual novel games, RPG games, and indie games. Those are kind of like my main three, but I can play a variety of games like FPS or shooting or wait, no, that is FPS or horror games, fighting games. Those are the three things I'm trying to get into: fighting games, FPS, and horror games. What's my favorite? That's kind of hard. Well, wait a second. No, it isn't. I would say visual novel. My favorite one has to be. Wait. Okay, yeah, I would say my favorite one has to be Nonary games. It's an interactive visual novel game, so it counts. I would say the Nonary games is my favorite. What was I gonna do? Yeah, yeah. Let me show you what I was watching, anyways. Mm. This TikTok here is like really funny. I don't know why I haven't followed them. Yeah, too much effort to show you guys. But let me show you guys the wall art I've been trying to get for the past couple hours. I'm a Bratz girly and I love Bratz, and I saw this and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to get it. Like, what? Like, oh my gosh. Everybody now, trying to show the whole world. This is the one I bought. This is the one I bought. Not this one. I love this one so much. It's so pretty. It's going to look so good on my wall. Oh my god. I can't wait. I cannot wait until it comes in the mail. Oh my god. It's so cute. I don't care. I paid $40 extra for it. Like, it's so cute and worth it. And I love Bratz. All right. That's pretty much all I have that's pretty much all I did for my day. And plus I was been like watching Japanese vlogs because like I'm gonna say this every single time until I get to Japan. Like, I'm trying to like I'm going to Japan, so I'm watching videos on all the stuff that I listed on my artillery or whatever. Until, until I get it right. And plus I gotta save up money, so this is how it pumps me up and get excited. You say you don't like their looks? What the heck? That's crazy. Brats are beautiful. Passion for fashion. They're so gorgeous. They inspire me. Brats inspire me, my fashion choice. Plus, I think, and plus, men are can be the target audience. Like they do have male dolls. That's the whole point. They look like they have a Y2K style. Tall woman. I want to start the game. That's crazy. Is the game finished downloading? Higurashi H A B C D E F G H A wait no A B C D E F G H right here. What do you mean it's queued? Why did it stop downloading? Oh, it's almost done. I think it is. Is it? Oh, it's at 30%. This thing hasn't been downloading. Like, it's serious. It literally paused just for another game to be downloaded. Am I even playing this game? Strinova? Strinova? What the? When did I download this game? Why do I have this game?
In mind is one. Victory is inevitable. Let's head out.
Oh yeah, it's a shooting game. I wanted to try it out. It's like an anime shooting game or something. Looks cute. Interesting. Something I can experiment with, but I don't know. But it's free. I like that word, free. What else do I got? Oh yeah. There's that game. Where Wind Meets. That's crazy. I played that game like one time, not even an hour, and I just stopped playing that game. Let's see. Headliners. I haven't played that game in a while. Dang. It's me. Pal World, worst game I ever bought. Not gonna lie. Dang, I can't believe it's been like, oh my god, it's been like 4 years since I played Steins Gate. Ooh, wait. Oh yeah, I do have Alice Madness. That'll be a fun stream to play. Oh my gosh, is this game done downloading? Nope. 70%? Okay, while this game is downloading, honestly, let's watch a video. Let's watch a video together. Da, da, da. All right, I got many games here. Many games. Oh, the game's downloading. Never mind, forget it. Perfect timing. I didn't think I was gonna. I didn't know how to stall like that. Oh my gosh, for chapter 2, we're gonna meet Shion. I'm so excited. Shion is gonna shake things up a bit. I remember this one scene in the anime where She thought she got them all until in her demise she ended up dying herself, which was crazy. Like she didn't even live. Like she died. Let's see. You can't even see the game. Why is the screen so tiny? Mm. Um. Okay, there we go. And the cicadas cried. Do I still do I still keep my? Oh wait, where's my? Wait, they don't have it. Okay, this okay. This is just a test because I'm trying to see if my mod thing is up. Watanagashi, how was your taste of life in Hinamizawa? A curse or a conspiracy? I believe you have fully enjoyed everything and everyone seems suspicious seeming suspicious. What? Here at last, it is no surprise attack, but a real direct incident. Please enjoy it. The difficulty is lower than Onikakushi, but it's extremely vicious. I love that. Keep it. I do not love that. I will not quench your thirst, for you seek the truth and could not escape that. I will not quench your thirst, for the truth you desire does not exist. But I still want to quench your thirst, for I am the one who cast you into the desert. Frederica. Burncastle. Hey, isn't Burncastle the name of that witch in Human Echo? 1983? Oh my god. I wasn't even born. That's a long time. 83. That's the setting of this game. Interesting. Oh no 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 no! I can't play this game like this. Okay, the mod is not on. Okay. Um, I guess I have to apply. I guess I have to put the mod on every game or something. How did I put the mod on the first game? Okay, I need to figure this out. Okay, now that I know. Okay, let me. 07 mod Higurashi. Let me put that down. Let's see. 07 mod. Mm, do I have to download it separately for each game? Oh, that'll be annoying. Okay, let me see. Hmm. So hard. Wait. Oh, they also got it for Human Echo too. Let me see. Let me just go on the. Let me see. 07 mod. Install patch. Higurashi. Hmm. Hmm. Okay. Mm. Okay, okay. Okay, to install the game, I would have to on the web page. What? How did I figure doing this the first time? Okay. Okay, I need some music to clear my mind. Um, where's some good music? Some Nintendo music. Okay, good. I need something. All right. Hmm. I'm just gonna delete this and do this all over again, to be honest. Such a pain. Yeah, it's a pain. So I might as well just delete everything. Do that. Ah, there we go. I want full. Oh, I gotcha. That's crazy. I gotta download everything at once. Okay, I didn't know that. If I knew, oh my gosh, it's been a while since I did this. Ch.2. Okay, guys, bear with me. Sorry for the wait. Oh, every time I play a new Higurashi game, I have to do this. But I just do it automatically. Okay, good to know for next time. So I gotta put all these. So I gotta put all of these. 1, 2, 3. Done downloading? Okay. Okay, to start this game, I need to download these certain files. The files are being downloaded for the mods because I can't play Higurashi like it is, because otherwise it's gonna suck. Okay, it's gonna suck seeing all those. You see, it's gonna suck seeing all those things. Okay, you're not gonna like it. I know I'm not gonna like it. So while that download, we can do something else in the meantime while we wait for it, to be honest. Let me just get certain files into their folders before I move on to something else, waiting for it. That's there. And get that one. Oh, I think, is the file finished? Okay, I think it is finished. More file. And I just unzip everything. Extract, extract, extract. I swear to God, if this doesn't work after doing this, then I'm gonna be pretty upset. And that was going on. Extract this one too. And we should be done. Sort background. Okay, and it's almost done. I don't know what this means. This one's not green. Almost there. Just a little nudge. Okay, perfect. And then the final touch. You know what? Let's play one game of Mustache. You know, I popped Mustache on the PC. This would be perfect for this. Oh my gosh, it's not moving. Don't let me click on anything. Let's play Mustache while we wait. Do it. Intermission. I wish I can click on something. It's not letting me click on anything. Oh my god. M. Oh my gosh. Mustache needs to be updated too. I have nothing. My backup game needs to update, and not only that, my Switch is dead because I haven't been charging it for a while. Dang. Okay, what's my backup game to my backup game? I really need to get the full version of Mustache on the PC. I think that was such a great time. Let's play the Japan. Let's play a little bit of the Japanese thing. This thing's at 45%. Let's do you can Kana while we wait. 50%, almost there. Okay, Hiragana. Tachi Su Teto. This one is Ta. This character represents the Ta sound as in tar was shorter. It's like a long T. And this one is like a koi fish, I guess. Ta. Ta. Gotta practice doing this in paper. Ta. Alright. Ta. Ta. Oh god, that will trip me up. Next one is Chi. The character represents the Chi sounds as in Chi and cheat, or shorter. This looks like a yelling man, is what the Japanese instructor would say. Chi looks like a 5 with a slash on it. Chi. What? Oh. Next one is Su. Like tsunami is what it's gonna say. Yep. Oh, wait. Is it done? Okay, it's done. What's that music? Kobini? I don't remember inviting. I don't remember. I was like, where did that music come from? Okay, it looks like the mods are in the game. So now let me play Higurashi. Finally play it. We can finally play it. Sorry about the stall. Oh my gosh, 43 minutes in. It's really bad. Yay, the scripture. Okay. We'll use we'll use the 20. I guess we'll use that. Voice opening might contain minor spoilers. Do you want to enable it anyways? You know what? Yeah. Do it. First of all, make it full screen because I can't barely see. Oh my gosh, now we can start the game. Okay. Remake? Console. You know, do it. Enable it. I love a good opening. Higurashi When They Cry. Chapter 2. Watanagashi. Beautiful. Just beautiful. Ooh. Whoa. Cotton drifting chapter. How was your taste of life at Hinamizawa? A curse or conspiracy? I believe you have fully enjoyed everything and everyone seeming suspicious. Here at last, it is no surprise attack, but a real direct incident. Please enjoy it. The difficulty is lower than Onikakushi, but extremely vicious. I see. Oh my gosh, they brought back the torture room. It's weird that I'm excited for this, but you know, it's Higurashi. Dang, the laugh is much weirder or creepy. Weird. Did I say weirder? That's not a word. I already read this. Yep. We're in 1983. We're in the early 80s. No wonder they had lacks of technology going on. Because I would have called the police as soon as possible for certain things. Oh my gosh, we're back. And we're still Keiichi, I think. Is Keiichi the main character? Or well, I mean, he's the main character, I think, of everyone. I'm not sure. The chirping of birds chirp as my alarm clock. Yep. Huh? Wasn't today Sunday? Wasn't it basically my style to stay up late on Saturday and sleep through the morning on Sunday? Why was I waking up at this disgustingly wholesome hour? Disgusting. Back to sleep. Back to sleep. I feel that.
Keiichi, 起きてる?
Oh my gosh, the phone is triggering me. No, I'm not awake. I'm not answering the phone. Wait, let me see if the audio is good.
電話よ.
Is it from Rena? Wait. At that moment, the sound of my mother calling me from downstairs finally registered. Phone call? I sprung up out of bed abruptly and stampeded noisily down the stairs. He's awake. I'll put him on right now. My mother informed the person on the other end of the line.
もしもし。
Oh, that sounds pretty good.
俺。
Maybe a little higher.
どちら様?
But this might be Rena.
Ohayo, Keiichi-kun.
Of course it is.
お寝坊さんだね。だね。
レナか。こんな朝っぱらから何の用だよ。
In another timeline, you killed me.
朝っぱらってことはないと思うな。もうお昼だよ。
Middle of the day. What time is it? It was 11 o'clock. Come on. I still had time to sleep. I guess you could loosely consider that the middle of the day as not the middle of the day. I would have thought it was like 2 o'clock or 4 or something, but 11 in the morning is still AM.
で、なんか用か?
ちょっと待ってね。今みーちゃんに変わるよ。Good morning, ケニー。日本語で言うならおはようケイちゃんってとこかな。
What?
ついでに中国語とドイツ語とロシア語でも言ってみろ。
青ケイちゃん。
They're back to being their goofy self. It's like chapter 1 never happened.
グーテンモルゲンケイちゃん。
Ooh,
ロシア語
maybe that's German?
ダズビダーニャ。知るわけないでしょ。
I mean, it's impressive you know some of it.
まあいいや。バカな話してたら目が覚めた。
そりゃ結構なことで。でさ、ケイちゃん今日暇？ケイちゃんが大丈夫なら全員揃うんだけどな。
Everybody? Yeah, who's everybody? Does she mean all the club members?
そうだよ。まあ普段の激戦を思えば休日くらいのどかになんて思ってるかもしれないけど、ないけど。
Why is it glitching?
そりゃ甘いよケイちゃん。
Honestly, that's totally what he was thinking.
へいへい。あらゆる環境に対応して最善は我が部の趣旨だもんな。
Why is the audio glitching?
つまり休日だろうとお構いなしってわけだ。
おお、ケイちゃんも我が部のことが分かってきたね。
Music's annoying me.
でどう？これさ、
I had absolutely nothing planned that day. If I were to refuse club member Mion's invitation, what other fun ways to pass the time would I have? True, you're probably gonna sleep the whole entire day. Might as well go outside and have some fun with people, I guess.
別に予定なんかねえし。
Who knows? You might find something interesting.
嫌って言ったら不先輩扱いでどんな罰ゲームを課せられるやら。
How many chapters are in chapter 2? Let me see. How many chapters in chapter 2 Higurashi? How many sub-chapters are in this chapter 2 game? Okay, there's 12. Wow, there's 12. And it covers episode 5 through 8. Okay. It covers episodes 5. So it covers another 4 episodes. Okay, I love that.
そこまで分かってるとはれないよね。もし OK ならいつもの待ち合わせ場所に1時集合。町へ電車で来てね。
Club activities in town? Well, we could do them anywhere. Besides, since it was a new venue, there was no way this wasn't going to be intense.
私、おとといの赤杯かなり根に持ってるからね。
What?
今日ははっきり負けないよ。
Was it in the anime they show that there things that happen to the characters happen like in multiple universe, I think, or multiple timelines? A couple days ago was Friday's club activities. So what happened like first chapter was another timeline where Keiichi died from, I think, Rena's hands, and now this new chapter we're seeing a new timeline, a new thing that's happening. Okay, uncompromising poker match. Ah, that's alright. It was a fight to the death. Nobody held back. Nobody could tell who was in the lead or who was last until all the points were tallied. In the end, I won by only one chip. Mion came in second. I bet she didn't like that. Oh, let me see. Let me change her spirit. I like remake. Damn it, to think if I hadn't squandered that one chip. Mion lamented thus, probably more so than than the fact that she lost the fact. What? That's why Mion only whines when she let the champion throne slip through her fingers. That's why she was more frustrated than anybody over a close loss. So did she mean for today to be a grudge match? Definitely.
ちょうどおととい同様一気に畳んで罰ゲームさせてやるぜ。
You guys are so cute.
せいぜい自分がやらされても辛くない内容にしとくんだな。
そうこなくちゃ。潰しがいがないもんね。
After that, we exchanged cheers for a bit before hanging up the phone. No wonder Mion loved it too. She had a... As I headed back upstairs hastily to get the keys to my bike, I bumped into my mother as she was carrying a futon down.
あらケイチ、上機嫌みたいね。お出かけ？
See, like, this is why you probably... Maybe Keiichi had a future with Mion. Maybe in an alternate universe, he was probably end up with Mion, but he felt more... I guess he felt more comfortable with Rena. But, you know...
そんなとこ俺みんなと街に遊びに行ってくるから。
But I guess Mion did kind of...
行ってらっしゃい。車に気をつけるのよ。夕飯までには帰ってくるのよ。
へいへい、ちゃんと帰ってくるって。
Dang, these bright lights. After unlocking the chain for my bike in the garage, I reveal a bit in the resistance to slightly stiff pedals gave as I pushed on it. What the heck? Alright, let's go! I set off on my bike, cutting through the refreshing morning air. Ugh. You're so happy. You're so happy, Keiichi. This is the mod menu. The setting exists because the voices are taken from the sinister console version of the game, so no voices exist for the PC. Wow, the chunky OG. I like the PC one. This looks... I don't know, I like this. I hate that one. Huh. Let me see how I feel about this.
遅いよ遅いよ。
おう、待たせたな。あれ、
Oh my god, the
さとこと
audio.
リカちゃんは？
あの二人はここで待ち合わせるより直接街で合流した方が早いよ。
Oh, I see. If I remember correctly, Satoko and Rika-chan's houses were on the other side past the school.
そうそう。街で部活ってどういうことだよ。
I mean, why not? I mean...
まさかみんなで覆面をして日が暮れるまでにいくつ銀行が襲えるかっていうのじゃねえだろうな。
Why would you think that is pretty...
別にそれでもいいけど、それでも私は負けないけどね。みーちゃんってね、なぜか現金輸送車の順路とか時間とかをいつもレナに教えてくれるんだよ。なんでだろうね。
What? I spun around with a serious look on my face and looked at Mion. Well, it certainly seems possible that Mion was capable of doing that. Honestly, I'm not surprised. Well, no. Yeah.
マジかよ、ミオン。
レナ
I can't tell if Rena's joking or not. She doesn't... not me glitching like the characters.
何言ってんのみーちゃんごめんね。みーちゃんごめんね。
Oh my gosh, the audio skips is slightly annoying. The two of them joked around. That bright laughter was the best match for a beautiful day like
おい、
this
二
today.
人、サトコとリカちゃんが先に待ってるんだろ。じゃれてないで早く行こうぜ。
Around and around, fooling around about like two fluttering butterflies, I earnestly wish I could just keep watching them like this. But the five of us together would be absolutely more fun.
そうだね。じゃあ行こうか。
目標は10億強奪。
1 billion? That's a great ambition.
山分けしたらみんなで高飛びだぜ。
The three of us on our bike headed over the gently sloping hill towards town. Accelerating hard, we crested the hill. The view expanded as Okinomiya Station came into sight. I occasionally came to the station here. Considering the amount of effort it takes to get through, it was quite a hassle. That's why I didn't know much about the area around the station, or Okinomiya itself for the matter. The streets we were headed down today was of course unfamiliar to me as well. Going through the railway crossing, we headed past the south end of the station.
こっち側は来るの初めてだな。
こっちにはね、ゲームセンターとかおもちゃ屋さんとかがいろいろあるの。みーちゃんが詳しいよ。
ゲーセンもあるのか。俺、前は結構通ってたからな。
You know, you should explore your town more, Keiichi.
ゲーマーの血がうずくぜ。
ゲーセン通いなんてケイちゃん不良だね。今度来た時に案内してあげるよ。
I don't want to hear that from you.
結構台数を揃えたいい店があるから。
It seems like the one in town of Okinomiya was Mion's stomping ground. If I asked her, she could tell me a lot of things about it. Eventually we came across a store with quite a few bikes parked in front of it. Do I go with OG background or do I go with console? Was this in the arcade? No, it was a smaller shop. Looking at the window display, it seemed like your everyday toy shop. But for almost 10 kids to be filing in and out of the store, they were doing almost too well for themselves.
ひょっとしてあの店で今日何かイベントでもあるのか？
その通り。優勝賞金は5万円。
50,000 yen?
5万円？なんだよそれ。
What's that, like $500? Let me see. That's $313. For a kid, that's a lot of money.
ケイチ王国の5年分の GNP に匹敵するぞ。
GNP. Two cute figures messing about the front of the store notice us and wave their hands. Figures.
皆様
Oh, they're so cute.
方、お待ちしてましたよ。おはようございますなのです。
おはようおはよう。さあとこ、警察が来る前がつけるぞ。目標は10億強奪だ。
ケイイチさんの話がわかりませんわ。
Honestly, Satoko is probably the most innocent one out of everyone in the group. Just because I haven't seen Satoko is just an innocent girl dealing with all these murderous friends. But Keiichi, he had to like, Keiichi had to like, you know, he had to defend himself. So, and he got caught up in the mess with them.
遅くなったかな。リカちゃんたちは今来たの？今日は早く終わったのでだいぶ待ってましたですよ。
そりゃ悪いことしたわ。こっちはケイちゃんがなかなか来なくてさ。
I'm sorry. I was.
ケイイチでは仕方ありませんですよ。
I'm sorry, Rika. Saying that, Rika-chan stretched up and began patting me on the head. Hey, wait a minute. Are you solving everything, making me the bad guy?
もちろん。ケイイチさんでなくては務まらない大役でしたよ。
実に嫌な大役だな。こんなので丸く収まると思ったら大間違いだぞ。
I was feeling slightly irritated, so I began to repeatedly smack Satoko on the head. Dang! Smack, 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 smack.
ケイイチさんがぶったー。
Why would you hit her?
ケイイチにいじめられてかわいそですよ。
She got caught in the crossfire.
さとこちゃん泣いてる。
Not her weirdo self thinking that's cute.
お持ち帰り。悪い人はレナお姉ちゃんがやっつけてあげるからね。
Ooh, that must have really hurt that straight through my headphones. Rena ecstatically wiped the tears, which were probably fake, from Satsuko's face, while Rika-chan gently patted mine as I lay sprawled on the ground. Yes, this is fine. This is fine.
やっぱりこれが正しい丸い収め方だよな。
前歯が欠ける前に新しいオチを探してけどね。
Honestly, these things get old at a time. Well then, upsy daisy. In any case, the greeting for today went well. Oh, the shop is so cute. Wait, let me see in the old, like the OG style. Because they used the OG background is from based on the in real life stuff background. Well, that's nice. Oh, this is such a cute shop. Inside the toy shop, there were about 10 boys about the same age as me. Hello, you rich. Apparently, they all knew Mion, and finding out that she had arrived, they greeted her with cheers a few at a time.
みーちゃんはこのおもちゃ屋さんの常連なの。だから友達もすっごく多いの。
Must be nice.
おもちゃ屋の常連ってなんだ？
奥をご覧なさいませ。
What am I looking at? Following Satsuko's prompting, I took a look. There were chairs lined up at a table, almost like some sort of birthday party. I think this is where people like did their card games and stuff. I realized it immediately.
まさかこれって部活の会場なのか？
Oh my god.
驚いたかい、ケイちゃん。私この店のおじさんと仲良しでね。たまに客寄せイベントってことでゲーム大会を開かせてもらってるんだよ。
Expand his customer base? I see. Meaning all the boys livening up the place were participants.
そう、いつもは5人だけど、今日はもっともっと大勢での部活なんだよ。
That's cool. Rena was innocently happy about being able to play with so many people, but my expression grew noticeably stern.
ケイイチさんの考えてること手に取るように分かりましたよ。
Oh?
じゃあ試しに行ってみようか。言うぞ。せーの。
These are all enemies. Satsuko's voice and mine blended together in harmony. They're so cute for that. We looked over at the participants. After all, the top prize was 50,000 yen. Oh yeah, the prize money. I forgot about that. My eyes lit up like a flame.
ね、じゃん。今日示そうでしょ。
まあな、ライバルが何人増えようが狙うものに変わりはないさ。
ライバル？はあ、ケイちゃん、クジラが水を飲むとき、今飲んだ水の中に何匹シラスが混じっていたか、いちいち数えてると思う？
She said, why should a strong person like her worry about the little people? She said that in an unpleasant voice, laughing with the aggressive glint in her eyes reserved solely for club activities. Damn it, Mion. She's as serious as she can get today.
本気なのは本気じゃないよ。
That's crazy.
ほら、リカちゃんを見てごらんよ。
I love the confidence. Mion pointed, looking at where her finger directed me.
なんだありゃ。
Rika-chan was using those kind of traits to soften up the group with an almost excessive pleasantness.
僕も頑張るのですよ。ファイト、王なのです。ファイト、
Completely emasculated, the group joined Rika-chan in a cheer. Inside the store has been consumed by the world of Rika-chan. Damn, she's already chomping at the bit.
今日は楽しくなりそうだね。ね。
What the fuck?
頑張るよ。
Sorry for my language, but oh my god. Did this happen in anime? Honestly, I don't really remember any of this friendship game things they were doing. I pretty much remember like the horror, the gore, the sadistic things that was happening. seemed like Rena was also unusually fired up by the large crowd. Oh my god, hopping about and running around. She had entered entirely into Kaiute mode. In Rena's case, the real fun starts when her tension gauge fills up. Her happy-go-lucky attitude belies the fact that this was the state in which she was the most threatening. Mion was making small talk with some of the regular customers she was acquainted with. It was like the business like usual with her. Of course, if anybody thought Mion looked ordinary, they were not qualified to be in our club. The shadow beneath her feet was exuding killer instincts, rising up like a chill wind.
ミオンめ、恥も外文も捨てるくらいに本気だな。
ケイチさん知らないんですの？賞金の5万円、自腹でしたよ。
Oh yeah. Well, Mion is rich. What? She was putting out 50,000 yen all by herself? At that moment, a dark what? A right Mion surrounding began to appear. Messiah?
ん？何？ケイちゃん。私の顔に何かついてる？
A silver crept up my spine. That Mion, covering herself like that. She was pulling out the demon lurking within her. Fine with me. Damn it, my knees are shaking like crazy. Before I realized it, the store had filled up with even more people. However, the look in their eyes weren't confrontational. They were looks of expectation and curiosity. They were the eyes of onlookers who were wondering what kind of match was going to occur and who was going to win.
最高の舞台じゃないか。
Okay, I don't... Wait.
面白くなってきやがったぜ。
Is this really the chapter where Shion is here?
ケイチくん！頑張ろうね！頑張ろうね！はう！
Rena was already fully charged. Mortal laws and common sense held no power before the might of Rena in her cute mode. I definitely didn't want to fight her, if possible.
リカちゃん、頑張れ
！Freaks.
僕たちを応援してよ！
はい、頑張りますですよ。
Rika-chan, who was exuding way too much charm, no matter how you look at it, had already won over most of the onlookers to her side. Nonchalantly, avoiding things that had always been Rika-chan's creed, but for her to be blatantly laying out her machination like this, something was definitely strange. What the heck word is that? Like Rena, she was somebody who I didn't want to fight if I could help it.
もちろん一番戦いたくないのはミオンさんですけどね。
True.
何度か部活で奴と視線をくぐったが、今日ほどヤバいと思う日はないぜ。
ミオンさん、一昨日のポーカーで負けたの相当根に持ってるみたいでしたよ。
That's a saying. She needs to learn to be a sore loser. She's a sore loser.
らしいな。つまり今日はミオンの復讐の特設舞台ってわけだ。
Almost as though she was psychic, Mion turned towards us. Her eyes slightly conveyed the message. You guys just figured that out now? It wasn't just Mion. Both Rena and Rika-chan were more pumped up than they ever been. Yeah, one's gonna pop up today. Without a doubt, there'll be casualties.
私とケイチさんがなんとなく置いてきぼりですわね。いかがでございましょう。なんでしたらスマートに初戦をお手合わせ願えませんかしら。
そうしよっか。俺もエンジンがかかるまで鳴らしをし。
What the heck? My spinal column shuddered like it had been struck by a bolt of lightning, and like a pillar of ice has been jammed into it begin to freeze. I could almost see the flames back lightning Satsuko with their intensity. Even then, while Satsuko was displaying a normal smile, it was cold and inhumane, almost as if it were a plastic mask?
そんなに俺を初戦で消したいかよ。さっきが隠せてないぜ。
あら残念ですわね。
I can't wait.
ケイイチさんにしてはなかなか慎重でしたよ。
Oh god. Without a doubt, it was a trap. I don't know what she had up her sleeves, but if I fought with Satsuko during the opening round, my loss would be more certain than if I were against Mion. Why are all these girls going after you? A pitch black Messiah permitted the inside of the store. Did they all want to win that 50,000 yen prize that much? That's a lot of money. No, that's not right. The only ones competing for the prize money were the casual participants. I was different. I had mistaken this as just a way to fool around on a normal Sunday. It didn't matter when it was, or where it was, or who was our opponent were. What? In an art club, the goal is always the very top of the mountain. An intense flame that no strong wind could extinguish. Not hot enough to melt any steel began to burn inside me. Ooh, that scared me. The fuse had been lit up on this unprecedentedly intense club battle. It was then the owner of the store told Mion in a disco voice that it was about time to begin. These words.
みんないいかな。慶長。
Mion began with the formality, standing in for the owner and explaining the rules of today's tournament. You're only playing to win. There is no second or third place. That's the same rule as our club. There were 15 people participating. We were split up into 5 groups via a draw, and each group would have one winner. Each winner in the first stage would advance to the next in order to compete in the final.
さて、各卓の競技方法なんだけど、これは各卓で好きに決めていいよ。このお店にあるゲームなら何使っても OK。
Already in club mode, DEFCON 5. What? 1? I didn't let the small gap in the rules go unnoticed.
ミオン、質問いいか。
Why did I thought that was a 5?
みんな自分の得意ゲームを主張して決まらないんじゃねえのか。
はあ、そうだね。決まらないと始められないね。
The spectators also nodded along. It was only natural. There wasn't anybody who would simply see to their opponent's suggestion.
紳士的に決めてほしいけど、そういう時はマスターが決めるってのでいい？
It was an event at a toy store, after all. You expect the owner to referee. After that, Mion's rundown continued. It ended with the rules that any losing participant would have to buy the game they lose at. A rather nice proposition for the store. Oh, that's pretty interesting. Okay, so if you lose, you buy the game that you lost at. So take what you home and get better. First, we used a draw to split into 5 groups. Everybody lined up a single file and began to draw tickets that the shop owner had prepared. It was my turn. Alright, time to draw. No matter who I was up against, I'll crush them. At that moment, Mion began to laugh with a hawkish gleam in her eyes.
当然わかってると思うけど、部活メンバーには一般参加者とは別に罰ゲームがつくからね。
そんなことだろうと思ったぜ。内容は何だ？
勝者が敗者一人一人に1個命令。
Contrary to how simple it sounded, it was a terrifying eventuality, the subject of which no one could predict. Damn you, Mion. Was she really planning on parading me around Hinamizawa in cat ears and banana hammock? With a tail attached or something? What are you thinking of? The look on Mion's face told me she wasn't going to let me off that easy. On top of that, this time, it wasn't just the person who finished last who have to submit to the penalty game.
敗者一人一人に命令。つまり、ビリでなくても罰ゲームってことだな。
そういうこと。
勝者がない場合は部活メンバーが全員途中で脱落したらお流れか？
ケイちゃん、脳みそは元気？
何？
Look in Mion's eye became that of a lion bearing its fang.
我が部の再生営がどう間違ったらこんなひよこども相手に負けるっての？
That's hilarious.
ケイちゃん、初戦で消えて私に恥かかさないでよ。
She's so smug. That's so funny. Even so, I didn't feel threatened. The more into it my opponent was, the stronger I would become.
見てろ。ただミオンにいじめられてたわけじゃないってことを見せてやるぜ。
会おうね。
The results of the draw were enough to make you cry conspiracy. All the members of the club were nicely divvied up against the 5 tables. How did this happen when the draw was that random? The thought of that I was already caught in Mion's puppet strings made me feel uneasy. That was fine though. I'll crush all your petty tricks. Now where are my opponents? Everybody was headed to the table corresponding to the number on their tickets. The competition on my table was these two, huh? They look like middle school kids. They look younger than me. Huh?
あれ、お前ら学校のクラスメイトだよな。
Classmate A and B.
あ、富田です。彼は岡村です。
Let me see if I can guess who's Tomita and Okamura. I'm guessing black hair is Okamura. Okamura greeted me by nodding his head. So my opening round was to be against my juniors from school. Just saying, but it seemed like a pretty easy matchup. Lucky. Time to destroy them without mercy.
じゃあみんな
That's pretty crazy.
それぞれに対戦ゲームを決めて始めてちょうだい。
With Mion's declaration, the inside of the store suddenly became lively. Everybody was yelling their favorite games at each other, trying to gain an advantage before they started. Even my 2 classmates, who seemed taciturn at first glance, began to fiercely insist on their own games as soon as the signal was given. Of course, I would kick those suggestions aside. There was absolutely no reason to pick a game your opponent was good at.
悪いな。どれも知らないゲームなんだ。もっと知名度の高いやつにしてくれ。
Of course, they didn't agree to the games I suggested either. I could only smirk bitterly. Naturally, after 5 minutes, this table still couldn't agree on a game. Obeying the rules, we asked the store owner to decide on a game. Clearing his throat, the shop owner brought over a board game from the back of the store. It was a game called The Game of Life. Ooh! Classic game. One of my favorite board games. Quite the vintage we have here. Come to think of it, if you lose, you have to buy this game. That damn shop owner, was he using this competition to get rid of all the games he couldn't sell?
これなら俺も知ってるよ。二人も知ってるよな。ルーレットを回してゴールを目指す。最後に清算して一番お金を持ってるやつが勝ちだ。
The two nodded in agreement, and finally the game was underway. At that time, suddenly, I already had a feeling of impending crisis. I wouldn't realize why until the game progressed a bit.
1、2、3、4。出産祝いをもらう。全員から5000ドルもらう。悪いね。
Okay, I built a bit of a lead.
1、1、2、3、4、5、6、7、8と。ボーナス。銀行から10万ドルもらう。
Whoa. What? The tables were turned in an instant.
1、2、3。出世コースに進む。
I wouldn't be surprised if you lose this. Whoa, that's a good route. Seemed like only my piece was landing on the steady spaces. I had doubts as to why Mion didn't bring out board games for club activities, but that reason was laid bare to me before my eyes. That's right. I had only realized it now. This game was completely based on luck. What could I possibly do to make sure I end up on first place at the end? I don't know, do better choices, get better choices in life. Hi Chess. You just wanted to watch someone play Higurashi and found this live? I hope you enjoyed this. I hope I said your name right. If not, please correct me. The ultimate outcome of this game was decided in a place beyond human hands. How were the other club members doing? My eyes naturally wander off to the other tables. Mion's table was... what? They weren't doing anything. Have they still not decided on a game? This naive idea is this to distance me from the most frightening possibility. Mion was lounging about leisurely, holding some juice she brought from the vending machine outside in one hand. When our eyes met, oh my god, she gave me a look of ease. It couldn't be. She's already finished? What game was it? That easily? It was probably too late to be concerned with that at this point. Only 5 minutes since we started, and her two opponents were already beyond recourse. They were sitting there slumped over in disappointment, muttering to themselves, trying to figure out where they went wrong. For that, they found no answer. Was there any reason for their defeat other than they sat at the same table as Mion? Then what about Rena's table? The spectators were causing quite a commotion. It looked like their game was Karuta. What's Karuta? The shop owner was apparently the one reading out the cards. Rena tended to dawdle along and space out a lot. Wouldn't she have a hard time with this game?
じゃあ読みますよ。
Oh, where the person reads out the card and they have to like hit it? I think I saw this in an anime called Ch.2 something.
犬も歩けばくたびれる。
Oh hell no. At the same instant, the shop owner begins sounding out the words. The card in question disappeared off the face of the table. No, the face of the earth! Stop exaggerating like that. Impossible, where did it go? It was against Rena's cheek. She was rubbing it there. No way. Looking at the card Rena was rubbing against her cheek, it was some anime-themed version of Karuta with a rather cute moe illustration decorating the cards. Basically, it was a picture of a pretty dog girl with a slightly large chest, painting and half in tears as she began being pulled on a chain? What? With those type of pictures, even I could play with godlike speed. Of all people to play this game, it had to be Rena. It was so entirely possible that her fingertips were on the verge of breaking the sound barrier.
決まったね、決まったね、決まった。
Mion smiled coolly, seeing no further reason to keep watching. She turned back. After that, the second the card started being read out. Dang! Such decisive sound echoed. Well then, how about Satoko? Oh, she was playing a rather orthodox game. Concentration. Judging from the distressed look on Satoko's face, it seemed like she was struggling somehow. One of the main characteristics of concentration is that the pace of the game speeds up as it goes on. As the number requires to memorize decrease, it becomes easier to match several pairs in a row. It wouldn't be an exaggeration to say the first person to take over the flow of the match can run away as the winner. The cards still in play had the grease. If you memorize the cards that have been turned over before, you should have a good chance to sweep the table at this moment. Satoko probably knew the position of all the remaining cards. However, her turn came a little too late. If her opponent followed up, the match would be decided.
北条、悪いけど、僕も優勝賞金を狙ってるんだ。悪く思うなよ。
This guy, did he have the location of the remaining cards memorized? He was completely certain of his victory. The tension on his face relaxed it. GG for her.
決まったな。
I whispered that in a bored manner as I turned my attention back to my game. I spun the wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
え、そんな。確かにここはハートのエース。
There was a commotion at Satoko's table as the shout rang out. The other two at my table turned around in surprise. See, I bet because you said that slick comment, it kind of put a fire in her. I didn't. After all, there really wasn't anything to be surprised about. Oh, you were talking about Satoko not losing. You guys have so much confidence in your teammates. It's pretty, it's pretty, yeah. The onlookers were confounded, most of them certain that the Ace of Heart should have been there. There's no way. I must be seeing things. It must have been because I was excited. Unless Satoko switched the cards. So assured in his victory, the distress over his defeat ran deep. That's how it is. If his opponent wasn't Satsuko, then the Ace of Hearts certainly would have been there. What a fool. When you're up against Satsuko, you can't let your guard down for a moment until the battle's over.
あら、ケイチさんの勝負はまだつきませんの？センスないですわね。
What a refined tone of voice reserved for Oni Ritters. Satsuko called out to me. For the casual observer, it must have looked like she was only act out in a victory. From my point of view, however, she was only playing around. The roles of winners and losers had already been decided. It was nothing more than child's play. The laughable part about it was that her opponent didn't know his role had already been assigned.
やるじゃねえか。ハートのエースなんておしゃれな罠をかけやがって。
相手を仕留める罠はほんのちょっぴり。
She's so evil and bratty.
それも一個で十分ですのよ。
How much do I know about Higurashi beforehand? I seen the anime when I was a kid, so that's pretty much all I know. I watched the first and second season, first, second, and third season. Yeah, the 3 seasons. Like in middle school. That's pretty much all I know about the show. And then I decided to play the games. I'm playing the second game right now. Satoko was a trapper. Her true talent was never having one misfire. Setting off only one trap was more than enough. Ain't that cool? The fact that the other club members were winning one after another with their own brand of play only added to my impatience at my own lack of progress. So I'm guessing Rika already won then. Oh right, how was Rika-chan doing? How's our club Shy Little Fox doing? What the heck is that? Over in the corner, the mood of the table was decidedly different from the others. The game at Rika-chan's table was, you know that battery-powered fishing game? No. The one where the fish opens and closes their mouth as they rotate on the platform and you use the magnetic fishing rod to pick them up? That old thing? I think I saw it in a commercial. It seemed like they planned on competing by seeing who could catch the most fish, but it had become an atmosphere you could hardly call competitive.
わあ、釣れましたですよ。
Do you guys want to win the money or not? Like, I know Rika's cute, but like, come on.
うまい
$300?
うまい。リカちゃんうまいよ。おっとっと、また釣られちゃったよ。リカちゃんはうまいな。
I knew that Rika-chan had already charmed her opponents, along with the onlookers, before the matches had even begun, but brilliantly played. The corner had become an informal meeting of the Rika Furude fan club.
リカちゃんの圧勝だよ。圧勝だよ。リカちゃん、魚釣りうまいんだね。
Really good.
リカちゃんが釣ってるのは多分魚じゃないと思うな。
Hearing that, she glanced over my way briefly. This is my way of getting serious. That's what I heard.
リカにしかできない、リカされる大技ですわね。
Yeah. A masterful technique.
前原さんの番ですよ。
Keiichi, please hurry up. Like, the game of life, it's a long game.
ああ、すまんすまん。俺の番か。1、2、脱税の追徴課税5万ドル支払う。
Wow. In contrast, my game was an unseemly situation that was. Noticing the uneasiness creeping across my face, my companions seemed to see how I was doing.
あれ？ケイチくん、ひょっとして苦戦かな？苦戦かな？岡村、あなた今いくらぐらい持ってますですの？
Oh my god. Okamura, who had wrung lots of monies out of the elite course, began to count through a stack of white $1,000 bills.
98万ちょいくらいかな。
富田はどれくらいお金持ちですか？
僕は88万ドル。まだまだ逆転で100値だね。
Those two, it looked like they would easily suppress $1 million.
で、いくら持ってんの？
But he doesn't even have half of what they have. Mion's tone of voice was grim from the get-go. It was her disappointment and disgust as club president.
仕方ね仕方ね
Oh my gosh, the audio skip thing.
このゲームルーレット回す以外に何も作戦がないんだぜ
There is strategy to this game. Well, kind of. Even though it's a game of luck, there is some sort of strategy to it. You just gotta choose like a certain path in life, you know, not to lose money. Plus, you gotta spin well too.
イカ様があるとしたらなんだよ二人に目をつぶって100数えてもらってその隙にルーレットにあそできるわけねえだろ
Rikachan gently pat my head. You suck at life too. Still, she wasn't too happy.
イカ様があるとしたらなんだよ二人に目を
ブー様ですわね。一度は好敵手と思ったのに。ゲーム投げちゃダメだよ、ケイイチ君。何か逆転があるはずだよ。頑張ろう。最後まで頑張ろう。
Would restarting the game fix the audio issue? I don't know, maybe. Let me save the game and see. I feel like maybe it's because of the mod, but I'm not sure. But if this doesn't work, then I'm just gonna have to stick with this for the whole entire game. Oh, Shion is in this game. Yeah, Shion is in chapter 2. That is a good opening to the game. I love that. I didn't get to see that because I started the game and they didn't show it to me. Like I said, how am I supposed to make a comeback with this game relying entirely on luck? Right, Mion? Mion's face, however, was completely unbelievably indifferent, like she was watching something completely unexciting. She then turned her back without saying a word. Yeah, she's done with you.
おいミオ
It was a pathetic voice that irked even myself.
失望したよ。みんな本気なのに ケイちゃんだけは本気になかった。
Yeah, that did not help it.
本気ってなんだよ。気合でルーレットの目をコントロールしろってのかよ。そんなのできるかよ。
Yeah, stop complaining and just play.
本気のケイちゃんならそのゲームでも開始10秒で蹴りをつけてたね。
みーちゃん、そんなに怒ることないよ。待ってよ。
Mion, in a bad mood, cast me aside and disappeared into the depths of the shop. Maybe it was because it had become an awkward situation, but the spectators dispersed from around my table. Damn it, are you saying I'm not serious about this? Are you saying if I were serious, I would have settled this game in a chance in 10 seconds? 10 seconds is kind of crazy. If I were serious, everybody was praying for my victory. They believed in me. Did I betray their expectation? Yeah. Was it because I wasn't serious? Ugh.
ゲーム進めます？
I'm saying, like, he's doing like a whole like light Yamagi like, monologue in his head, and the two of them were timidly trying to resume the game. I didn't respond to that. The table sunk into silence.
前原君は投了でいいかな。
The owner, thinking I was forfeiting, started to announce the cancellation of the game. At that moment, the demon inside me let loose a howl and awaken. Oh my god. I get it now, Mion. What it means for me to be serious. I'll show you! Oh god. Okay. They're in high school. They're just kids. I clamped my hands on my shoulders, speaking in a low voice after pulling them together.
富田君、岡村君、取引しよう。俺を勝たせろ。
The two of them, not immediately understanding what I just said or the meaning behind it, were momentarily confused. Did he just ask him to throw the game for him?
前原さん、暴力はなしですよ。ちゃんとゲームで勝敗を。
話は最後まで聞け。お前らの望みだ。優勝して5万円か
そう、5万なんて大金。二度とないチャンスですよ。
仮に優勝したとして、お前らその5万で何をする？どんな楽しみ方をする？
The two of them consider it briefly.
新しいゲーム買うとか、お菓子とか、ジュースとか。
That's it?
小せえ。
The anime is easier to digest than a million-hour novel, but I think the game is a better way to experience the story. Yeah, I did learn like a lot of I did learn something different playing the first game, because I didn't like, you know, when I had to like rewatch the anime a little bit, and I noticed they cover like 4 episodes of each of the game, which I didn't think. I was confused why every time a character dies it restarted, but then it was based on the game, so I didn't notice that. And like the first game covered like episode 1 through 4, and then chapter 2 covers episode 5 through 8, and so it was pretty interesting to see the difference. But they do cut like a lot of things. Like, for example, this scene right here, I don't remember seeing this in the anime. I remember they went straight to meeting Shion in the like the second part of the anime, and I remember, yeah, I just pretty much remember this. They were just meeting Shion, things were happening, and pretty much like a lot of people died. Well, not a lot of people, but I remember Shion died specifically.
バカかお前ら。
Calling them stupid? Yep, that's a good way to convince them.
じゃあ、前原さんが勝ったらどんな楽しみ方があるって言うんですか？
I know, right? Like, and Keiichi was pretty much annoying in the anime, but in the game, I sympathize with him because he was dealing with this terrible situation and dealt with a bad hand, and he was trying really hard to like believe that these girls are his friends, but they just keep betraying his expectation to the point where at the end he just ended up I don't it's funny because in the anime he immediately went to fight mode, but in the game he was trying so hard to rationalize why this is happening, like his friends couldn't betray him, and then it took like a long time for him to realize he's got to fight now.
そこが本題だ。今から言うことを黙って聞け。
We club members have a penalty game separated from the casual participants. If we lose, we have to obey a single command from the winner. From another point of view, the winner earns a prize of being able to order the other club members around.
まず富田君、君は里子萌えだよな。否定すんな。
What is he doing with these kids?
そして岡村君、君は理科萌えだな。
Rika?
赤くなるな。
Don't turn red. I drew the two of them red-faced and unconscious of whether anybody else heard what I just said even closer.
美少女。
What?
萌え。男の推薦、男のロマン。例えるなら永遠にたどり着けないエデンの園。だけど目指すんだろ。それは俺たちのハートに熱い魂が燃えよと叫ぶからだ。
The anime suffers a lot from not having the internal monologue moments. What I loved the most about the anime was the horror psychological aspects, and plus the blood. I really like that part. The game, you don't really see much of that. I gotta use my imagination. That sensitive age where you couldn't say you liked the girl you like. Understanding that gave me all the more power.
俺が優勝したら富田君、里子を一日首輪付きで君の妹にしてあげよ
う。What? A red fountain spewed from both of Tomito's nostril. Ew.
そして岡村君、君には猫耳リカちゃんに手綱をつけてお散歩させてあげよ
う。Walk on a leash? Oh my god. Blood erupted from the veins in Okumura's forehead. Keiichi, I hope you lose, cause this is why I don't F with you from when I was like watching the anime.
お前俺に無理やり付き合わされたことにすればいいんだ。前原先輩のわがままのギスママのギスママなだけ、いやいやだよ、分かってる。お前たちの胸の内は全部分かってる。
Low-key, Keiichi's voice kind of reminds me of that guy from Konosuba. I forgot his name. Then I suddenly lowered the tone of my voice.
俺は灰色の学校生活を送って、それがどんなにつまらなく、人生の大切な時間を浪費したことになるのか。だから、後輩のお前たちには、そんな時間を過ごしてほしくないんだよ。自分に素直になれ、夢を追え、そして叶えろ。俺が叶えてやる。
He's trying so hard not to lose.
俺がだ
ー！ It was this moment that the values of men bridges generation. No way. Did I ever have a mentor who ever spoke my mind for me so strongly? Never! There is no way there was. That's because in a man's lifetime, he'll only have 3 faithful encounters. That valuable first time was being experienced right this moment with these two.
じゃあ、いいな。行くぞ。せーの。ゲーム終了！
It was such an assertive declaration of the game's ending that everybody in the store turned and looked. It had been less than 3 minutes since I was on the verge of forfeit, and all the spectators were certain of my loss.
Keiichi-san, どうなりましたの?
I bribed my participants.
勝敗は?
俺の完全勝利だ。
なんですって?あの状況、どうやってひっくり返しましたの?
I don't think you want to know.
家庭なんか必要ないよな。男と男の決着だよな。ああ、みんな！
The two of them, stifled tears of gratitude, answer strongly from the bottom of their hearts. Exactly what kind of miracle occurred here? During those 3 minutes, the spectators all looked away from my utter disadvantage. The spectators were puzzled at how I was able so quickly to overcome that hopeless situation. That guy, is he able to control the spinner wheel with his eyes or something? It's a miracle! What deviltry is this? He's in cahoots with that Mion, you know? There's no doubt he has some strange trick up his sleeve. I looked up at the crowds, who couldn't help but be excited. Out of the corner of my eye, now fully awakened and in battle mode, I let out a virus? What? Laugh?
これが俺の本気ってことだよ。ミオ。
遅えっての。
Baring our fangs at each other, we laughed together in a most unsightly fashion.
じゃあこれで部活メンバーが全員1回戦突破ですわね。ということは今度はみんなで対決だね。対決だね。僕はもう賞金で買うものを決めていますです。もちろんですわ。ねえ。
Satsuko and Rena smile sneer at each other. These guys. Do they really think they can win against Keiichi Maebara when he gets serious?
ミオ、失敗だったな。お前、さっき、俺に助言すべきじゃなかったぜ。
ひよこが。
They're so funny in this first chapter.
私に勝つなんて100万光年早いって。
ミオ。光年は距離の単位だぞ。
Oh, she's embarrassed. She's embarrassed.
どうするのみーちゃん。
Yeah, she's not gonna tolerate that.
5人でどう戦うのかな。
さーてこれだけ豪華な面々が揃ったんだからね。今日という日を急ぐのが惜しいよ。
みーの言ってる意味が難しいです。
まさかてめえ。
Mion's hair flowed elegantly, almost like a cape, as she turned back to the table.
今日の勝負を部長園崎ミオンが預からせてもらうよ。勝負方法と日時は未定。ギャラリーは多い方がいいね。
What?
Hinamizawaも沖宮も全ての人間の目の前で。これ以上ないくらい徹底的な決着をつけてあげるよ。
逃げる気ですの？いくらミオンさんでも卑怯ですことよ。
ひよこが生かされたことにまだ気づかんか。
The combative aura billowing out of Mion's body formed a barrier, stopping Satsuko's advance.
また会いましょう。せいぜい首やっとくことね。
With a shrill laugh, Mion left the store. After a moment of silence, the crowd erupted in cheers. When will they resume the contest? Mion's serious. The other members did great too. That new guy, Maebara, he's got strange powers. He turned the tables in an instant.
絶対優勝してくださいよ。
おう、ミオンなんざ逆さにしてサンズの川に叩き込んでやるぜ。
The part of the crowd that had apparently overheard the conversation between Tomita-kun and Okamura-kun and myself erupted into cheers again. Mion's going to win anyways. She's the undefeated empress. I'm betting on Mion. No, it's going to be Rena with that ungodly speed. Satsuko the trap artist. Rika the siren. What's up with these titles? Why did she look like All Might? You know, All Might. Wait, All Might. Are you talking about Mion? It may be a long shot, but it's Maebara. However, right now, I had no ears for those cheerful voices. putting the chase for this huge match, and then running away like that, I wasn't going to forgive Mion. The yellow one? Satoko? All Might from the visual novel game. There's a visual novel game? For My Hero? Let me see. You're saying Satoko looks like All Might, the visual novel? Oh. I don't think there's a visual novel game. What? I don't know what you're talking about. Outside of the store, Mion was getting on her bike as the shop owner was seeing her off. It's only in 2 language, so you probably won't find it. Well, if it's not in English, I definitely won't find it.
Ah, ごめん、ケイちゃん。
I have
私これからバイト。
My Hero visual novel. Part-time job. Oh yeah, the maid thing, right? Huh? Like you would see in a sketch comedy show. My legs slipped in an opposite direction like I was doing the splits. Oh my god.
ケイチくんがゲームしてる間にみーちゃんに電話があったの。残念だね。
せっかく暑くなってきたのについてないよ。おじさんの店でさ、特売にお客が殺到してるらしくてさ、レジが足りないから助けてって電話があったんだよ。
おじさんってなんだ？スーパーの店長でもやってんのか？
Something like that.
ささやかなお店だけどね。でもさ、特売やれば主婦が殺到するの常識で読めないのかね。店員足りないのに卵1パックを一人様1点限り10円なんてやるな。
10 yen? What? That's hella good. One carton of eggs in the US costs like $6. Oh, no wait, like $2 or $3. I was a little surprised. You would never think that was the club president exuding such a dark aura inside the store with just a short time ago. It was the usual Mion right now, almost exasperately so. My shoulders slump. That's right. Club mode was over now. But it was really heated today. It really was fun. Damn, Mion, she really shows how to fire people up.
私こそ頭がジンマが出るくらい燃え上がったよ。
I started to tinkle.
特にケイちゃん。あの場で本当に噛み殺されるんじゃないかって思ったね。
お仕事だから仕方ないけど、本当に残念だね。この続き、本当にやりたいですわね。いつがいいでございましょう。綿流しのお祭りでやるのなんていいですよ。
Watanagashi Festival. The festival where oh, that's the start. Hey, isn't the festival when people start dying?
綿流し祭五凶爆闘か。そうだね。考えておくかな。
Right now, what were Rika-chan and Mion talking about? Watanagashi Festival? Cotton drifting 5 demon? What?
私、週刊漫画みたいないい加減なノリ大好きなんだ。こんな痛快な部活が近いうちにまたできる。
I feel like it's only Mion who does the audio skip. She laughed with a smile that made me feel refreshed just looking at it. At that moment, the shop owner came out carrying a paper bag. I wonder what it is. Is he giving it to us?
今日はみんな本当にありがとう。おかげでイベントは大盛り上がりだったよ。大したものじゃないけど、これ今日のおだちんに。
私にはないの？おだちん。
あらあらあら。かわいいのが出てきましたわよ。
Why she talks like an old rich lady? You might remember this from the anime. Keiichi's about to do the goof of a lifetime. I don't remember anything goofy that happened in the anime. I honestly don't remember. The only thing I remember is probably the death scenes that happened in the anime and the killing. That's pretty much it. That's the only thing that's memorable to me. When Satoko and Rika-chan opened up the bag, there were cute little stuffed animals inside.
わあ、これかわいい。
Kaiit.
お持ち帰りしていいの？本当に？
ってことは俺のもかな。なんだかやたら可愛いのが出てきたぞ。
Nope, I guess it's everybody. It was a stuffed toy wearing a beautiful dress, one you used to play house. Rena's eyes were glued to my stuffed doll. Satoko was the same, and Rika-chan too? Is the doll that cute?
ケイちゃんには一番似合わないのが出てきちゃったね。
なんつうのか、プリティっていうかキュートっていうか可愛いのは認めるんだが、着せ替え人形はちょっとな。
ケイちゃんが持ってたら確実に明日からあれな趣味の人扱いだね。
What does the doll look like? Mion didn't have to go that far. This wasn't something a guy like me should be carrying around. Mion was the only one who hadn't received a present, so I thought about giving it to her. However, after briefly considering, I gave it to Rena instead. Oh yeah, I remember this in the anime. Like she looked at sad low key. Cause like, yeah, I remember it. Oh, that's a pretty doll. I remember that.
くれるの？レナに？ありがとう。
保身のためだよ。レナにあげない夜道が怖い。
Yeah, she had like a sad look on her face in the anime, right? And then she had, like, I don't know, a dark shadow on her face, and I was like thinking to myself, like, Keiichi kind of screw up. Well, not really screw up, but like, I was like, oh, this is the part. I was thinking to myself, oh, this is how I figure out like Rena and Mion like Keiichi.
違いない違いない。
ミオンにあげようかと思ったけど、ちょっと違うよな。
へへへへ、分かってるじゃない。私さ、どうして男に生まれなかったのかなって思う。
女でよかったな。男だったらもうとっくに殺してる。
今のうちに殺しといてよ。じゃないとケイちゃん死んで後悔することになるから。
Oh, he will. Mion laughed it after saying such an ominous line. Everybody laughed it heartily along with her. Insane.
来世では神様に男にしてもらえるように頼めよ。俺も男にしてもらうから。
そしたらケイちゃんと組んで軽く全国制覇から始めようかね。
Mion-chan, if you don't get going soon, the shop owner told her meekly. A lot of us looked like we were having lots of fun, so it must have been hard to put a wet blanket on things.
じゃあね、今日は最高に楽しかった。またねみんな。明日学校で。
バイト遅刻すんなよ。
Everybody waved their hands and watched as Mion left. Before I knew it, the sun was already setting, and the breeze carried a hint of chill.
もうちょっと街で遊んでいく？それとも帰るかな？暗くなると道が怖い。では引き上げ時ですわね。今日は本当にいっぱい騒ぎましたわ。
そうだな。よっしゃ、帰ろうぜ。
The wind blew gently as if to cool down those of us flushed with enthusiasm. The road back to Hinamizawa was long, but I didn't really mind.
そうそう。レナさん圧勝でございましたわね。
レナがああなっちゃ悪いけど誰にも勝ち目はないな。
だってすごい可愛いカルタだったんだもの。ほら、買っちゃったんだよ。はう。リカも相変わらずですわ。リカにかかれば男どもなんて赤子の手をひねるようなものですわね。楽勝だったのです。
どこまで計算づくでどこまでが天然なのか。リカちゃんの行く末が実に怖いに怖い。
さとこちゃんだったね。最後は大盛り上がりだったよ。褒められるようなゲームではありませんでしたよ。ケイイチも最後はとうとう牙を剥きましたです。
One might say it's the catalyst for everything that happened later. Which one? The part where Keiichi didn't give the doll to Mion?
俺は追い詰められてからが強い男なんだ。
富田さんたちなんだかすっごく応援してましたけど、何ですかしらね。
You guys don't wanna know.
富田と岡村に何か約束してましたです。きっぱなしなのですよ。内緒話。なんだろうね。
男には時に戦いを通じてしか語り合えないものがあるんだよ。
Desperately laughing, I frantically tried to avoid the subject. After that, everybody continued to praise each other for how they defeated their opponents and reflected on how fun today was. Yeah, today wasn't
見
so
て
bad.
ごらんなさいませ。夕日が綺麗でございますわよ。
Satsuko, getting even more excited, pointed, waiting where her finger indicated was an immense sunset, casting even longer shades of us on our bikes. The cries of the Higurashi were gentle and very comforting. Oh my gosh. Let me stand up. Ugh, I finished chapter 1. Okay, nice. Wait, I didn't get to read the tip. Finish a Sunday of fun and games. Let me see this new. Who's Mion's uncle?
ごめん。今日はさ、急におじさんの店のバイトが入っちゃってさ。
なんだじゃあ今日の部活はお流れってわけか。
いや申し訳ない。
Mion put her hands together in apology and grinned.
そんなに部活がやりたかったらおじさん抜きでやってもいいけど、部活ロッカーにゲームがいっぱい入ってるからさ。どれか適当に選んで。
The club locker was the trans-dimensional space from which Mion pulled games whenever we met for club activities. I wonder how so many freaking games could be sorted in the lockers. It was even smaller than the ones with the cleaning supplies in it. Besides those games, it was also a cornucopia of suspicious object costumes for punishment games. If we lined them all up on the floor in order to sort them, they would definitely fill the entire classroom. How would they fit in that locker?
俺がいじったらロッカーの中身がドサドサって溢れてきそうするよ。
そうだね。素人は手を出さない方が無難かもしれない。
Mion gave a hearty laugh, implying that the only one who could do so was the club president.
みー、先生、体育倉庫の鍵を探してますですよ。心当たりはありませんですか？
あれ？私職員室に返せなかったっけ？
Mion said, feeling about it in her pocket. Judging by her expression, she must have planned on returning it, but it was still in her pocket.
ふ やっぱりミオンさんですのよ。私、絶対そうだと確信してたでございますわ。僕も大正解なのですよ。さとこと一緒に大正解なのです。
Giggling, Satsuko and Rika-chan clapped their hands together in celebration.
やかましい。
Whoa. Slap clap. Mion elbowed Satsuko and Rika-chan in their heads, then headed for the teacher lounge.
あ、そうだ。二人とも聞いたか？
She elbowed them.
今日はミオン、バイトがあるから部活はお休みだとさ。
あら、そうなんですの？それはつまらないでございますわね。
Droll?
Me.
The two of them made disappointed faces. Whenever anyone said Mion's club was always the number one thing I looked forward to when going to school. It wasn't hard to agree with their melancholic expression about after hearing it. Wouldn't be happening today.
ミオンってバイトをやってるんだよな。あいつ一体何のバイトをしてるんだ？
Whenever Mion canceled club, it was usually because of her job. However, it also didn't seem like she went there every day. She would go 2 or 3 days in a row, then not go at all for a while. It sounded like a pretty damn random part-time job.
別に決まったお店でお勤めをしてるわけではないのです。
決まってないってことは、じゃあ日雇いってことなのか？
Mion wearing socks and a helmet, sweating to death in a factory? I couldn't imagine such a thing.
おじさんの店にお休みが出たりすると応援に駆けつける便利屋さんなんだそうですわ。
ああ、なるほどな。そういえばおじさんのとこでバイトなんて話、前にも聞いたことがあるような気がする。
お店を持ってるおじさんがいっぱいいるので、ミーは引っ張りだこなのです。
Wow. She has a lot of uncles who own shops? A lot of them?
ケイイチさんはご存知ありませんの？沖宮にはミオンさんの親戚の方がやってるお店って結構いっぱいありますのよ。
Mion is a rich girl.
へえ、それは知らなかった。そんなにいろいろあるのか？
ええ、パン屋さんとか八百屋さんとかラーメン屋さんとか、他にもまだまだ。
Many?
あの部活をやったおもちゃ屋さんもそうなんですのよ。
How many uncles does she have? I was dumbfounded. That's amazing.
ミオンの一族って何気に詳細があるんじゃないのか？それだけいろいろあるってのもなんだかすごいよな。
I mean, when you're in a small town like this, it's kind of easy to make like a different different business venture to accommodate the villagers, I guess.
他にもサラ金屋さんとか地上げ屋さんとかイメクラ屋さんとかソープランド屋さんとか。
I think those guys were probably the ones who kidnapped us in the first game, to be honest. I feel like that.
いろいろやってると言ってますです。
Okay, a couple of weird things came up with that time, but still, I could tell it was pretty
あいつに
extensive.
小銭を借りると妙に返却期限にうるさいのはサラ金屋の血が流れてる。納得。
ミーにお買い物代を借りたことをころりと忘れてしまったら、耳を揃えて返さんと身売りして風呂に沈めたるどと凄まれましたのです。
She said that to Rika. Rika-chan being sold into the entertainment industry to pay off her debts? Oh crap. My nosebleed. Ew.
お風呂に沈められて溺れ死ぬなんておまぬきにも程がありますわね。
Huh? She doesn't really get it, does she? Recently, she seems so unspoiled. Rika-chan and I gave her a pat on the head. She's so innocent.
なぜ撫でられるんですの？さとこはいい子さんですから、なでなでなのです。
Satsuko was lost in confusion, but she seemed to understand she was being made fun of. Alright, we're gonna do one more chapter. Because I heard there's like 12 chapters, so I'll just do 2 chapters every stream. Once I get tired.
午後ってさ、どうしてこう眠いんだろうね。
Oh sirens, cicadas. Mion spoke in a voice that went as so far to make whoever heard it lethargic.
眠いことに医学的説明が必要かよ。話してもがもっとぞ。
堪忍して。
It was almost 3 o'clock. Sixth period was almost over. By the way, Satoko and everyone else in the lower grades ended their school days after 5th period, so they were probably running around in the schoolyard right now. I could hear their joy-filled voices coming from there right now. Oh, what I would give to be able to join them.
ほら、みーちゃんは委員長さんなんだから、もっと頑張らないと。寝ちゃダメだよ。
私さ、クラス委員長じゃなくて水泳部の部長がいいんだよ。
Why the boxing?
いっぱい寝れるから。
Do we even have a boxing school class club?
してその
水泳部なだけに睡眠グーなんちゃって。
You're not funny. The teacher crackled as she hit the back of Mion's head with the corner of a textbook. What?
お後がよろしいようで。
Oh, it's the blue-haired teacher that I barely saw in the show.
今日はこれくらいにしましょう。委員長、号令。
起立。気をつけ。
Mion, who had been half asleep, became lively again at the moment she heard class was over. It must be delightful to be that screwed. Homeroom was done after the lower grades had finished their lessons, so we were free to go. It was one of the odd rules we had as a mixed grade school. When they knew class was over, Satsuko and Rika-chan returned to the classroom.
お疲れ様なのです。さあ、楽しい部活の時間ですのよ。
よっしゃ。そうだね。今日は何をしようかね。
ねえみーちゃん、今日は昨日のイベントの続きにはならないの？そうですわ。あれだけ大盛り上がりして尻切れトンボでは納得がいきませんのよ。
まあまあ気持ちはわかるけど、またよ。放課室なんてしみったれたロケーションじゃなくて、もっと
俺はいつでもいいけどな。決勝戦は後輩たちも立ち会わせる約束になってるんだ。あらかじめ日取りを決めてほしいぜ。
わあ、ケイチくんすごい。応援してくれる人がいるんだね。レナにも応援してくれる人いないかな。
I couldn't help but watch her as Rena entered her pining maiden mode. There's so many people cheering for you, Rena. I am cheering for you.
手は抜けないけど、レナの優勝、俺が祈ってるぜ。
What a Keiichi thing to say. With a scat-covering Keiichi brand smile, I ruffled Rena's hair roughly.
ケイチくん、それどういう。
Rena turned bright red and short-circuit, smokes billowing from both her ears. Gazing into her eyes, a strange scene of me holding hands with Rena and skipping through a flower bed was reflected there. Even if it wasn't somebody else's imagination, it was terribly troubling.
レナ殺しのケイイチなのです。
When Rika-chan said that, everybody burst out laughing at once.
でもそのレナはサトコやリカちゃんキラーなわけでしょ。
確かにレナさんには勝てないかもしれませんけど、私たちはケイイチさんには負けませんでしたよ。
へえ、なんだか面白い相関図だな。俺たちの強さってじゃんけんみたいに相性があるわけだ。でもそれミオンが抜けてるな。
当たり前でしょ。私相性なんか関係なく誰にでも負けないし。
Mion leered into the gaze befitting of a club president, no, befitting of an empress. The mood in the room became more lively. It was a good moment as any to get started.
さーて、ぼちぼち始めようかね。
それでみーちゃん、今日は何をやるのかな。
Mion let out a small interjection as she rummaged through the so-called club locker. Every time I look, there's always tons of things crammed in there. Everything that jammed in that locker is a game of some kind, you know? On top of that, things used it for penalty games like cat ears and collars were kept in there. The capacity of that thing is unfathomable. That locker, maybe it was actually extended through the walls into the fourth dimension. That's my theory anyways. If not, then how else could you explain how someone could pull out an item after item? After Mion touched her hand and her chin briefly in thoughts, she turned around without pulling out any games.
今日はさ、ちょっとシンプルに言ってみようかね。大道具を使ったゲームばかりってのもでしょ。
どんなゲームでもみんなでやれば大盛り上がりしますです。そうだね、そうだね。
Ren and I both expressed our agreement. I feel the same way. With this group, there's no doubt, even if we were pulling weeds from the school ground, it would be fun.
私は楽しくないですわ。
Honestly, who wants to pull weed on the ground?
草むしりなんか。
っていうかさとこ、人の表情を見て考えを読むのはやめろ。
ケイイチ君は顔に考えてることがすぐ出るからね。
Yeah, you're a typical anime high school guy.
すぐ分かっちゃうんだよ。
It's always been told that, but ever since I transferred, it seemed like it's been especially bad. I need to develop a poker face, or I could be in it for a rough time.
みんな傾聴ルールを説明するよ。
We all immediately cut the idle chatter and put on stern expressions. In no time at all, everybody's gaze focused on like a tiger or a shark, listening intently. That's right. From the point where the rules are explained, the match has already begun.
今日のゲームは割とパーティーゲームでは知られてるやつなんだけどね。シンパシーって言うんだけど、聞いたことある人いる？
Symphony? It means to share someone's feelings, right? Huh? Maybe I might know this.
みーちゃん、それひょっとしてお題目を決めてみんなで連想する言葉を書いて
Right, that sounds kind of fun.
同じ答えを書いた人が多ければ多いほど得点っていうゲームかな。だったらレナ知ってるよ。
Ah, I remember. I recall playing a game like that in grade school while we were on the bus during a field trip.
知らないゲームでしたよ。説明してほしいですわね。
まずね、親がお題目を決めるんだよ。例えばデザートっていうお題目。さとこはデザートって言われたら真っ先に何を思いつくかな？
そうですわね。例えばプリンとか。
オッケー。だったらさとこは手元のメモにプリンで全員で一斉の背で答えを公開し合う。でプリンって書いた人が2人以上いれば得点。いればいるほど高得点だから、全員が同じ答えだったら最大5点入るわけ。
つまりみんなと同じ答えになるように考えるのがコツなのです。
It was exactly as Rika-chan said. The point of this game was to think in a way so that you would have the same answers as everybody else. For example, even if you heard the word dessert and immediately thought of strawberry sundae, if your answer doesn't match up with everybody else, you don't get any points. That's why you have to hold off on that answer and change it to one that seems like one everybody else would choose. So you gotta go with the crowd and choose something. The key becomes not what you think yourself, but being able to predict what everybody else will answer. It's a very high-level intellectual game. Yeah, that is a lot of things to think about. You gotta think about the person and what would they write. Like,
みー、どこのために一回だけ練習をしてみましょうです。
オッケー。部長である私でいいよね。お題目を何か適当に。
taking out her literature note textbook, she began flipping to a random page.
じゃあ一回だけ練習戦ね。最初のお題目はかき氷。かき氷って言ったら決まってるよね。
Cherry? Amongst the standard flavors of shaved ice, there's strawberry, melon, and blue Hawaii. The most popular amongst those is obviously melon. I was thinking cherry.
みんな書いた？じゃあ一斉に公開するよ。一斉のせ。
いちご金時。
3 strawberries, 1 melon, and then 1 Yuji Gintoki. What the heck is Yuji Gintoki? What? I'm the only one with melon?
お前らイチゴなんてスタンダードなつまんねえの選ぶなよな。
Strawberry does seem like the typical one. I was thinking I was thinking cherry, but I guess strawberry would be the next best thing.
おいレナ、かき氷でイチゴなんか頼むかよ。夏祭りで一番早く売り切れるのはメロンって決まってるんだぜ。
レナもメロン味は好きだよ。でもやっぱりいちご味だよね。よね。
ケイちゃん、確かに私も選ぶならメロンにするよ。だけどね、これは連想ゲームだよ。かき氷って言ったらまず人はイチゴでしょ。
I'm still not entirely convinced, but in any case, is this type of game?
リカのは何て書いてありますの？それかき氷ですの？
Oh, Rika chose that one. I was like, what the heck?
宇治金時です。たまらない美味しさなのですよ。
Well, it might be delicious, sure, but it's not exactly run-of-the-mill. Still, that's a pretty refined choice.
さとこ、これで大体わかったかな。イチゴって書いた人は仲間が3人いるから3点獲得。この調子で点を競っていくわけ。
わかりましたわ。それよりミオンさん、今日の罰ゲームは何にしますですの？やっぱりあるんだね。何かな？
何にしようかね。ケイちゃん、何か提案ある？
But yeah, I don't make any choices in the game.
え、罰なあ、小学校の頃罰ゲームってのがあったら、やっぱりあれだよな。そう。
What is that? I'm googling that because, like, what is he on about? What is that? What the heck is that? The act of carrying, dragging, or hauling something heavy or awkward or enduring tedious, tiring journey. What? I hate schlepping groceries up 3 flights of stairs when the elevator is broken. It's a Yiddish word meaning to drag or pull.
つまり負けた人が全員の荷物を持たされて運ぶってやつでしょ。
I'm glad Mion said something.
男子がよくやってるよ。全身ランドセルだらけにして歩いてる小学生よく見るし。
でもどうの？さとこちゃんとリカちゃんのお家は私たちとは逆方向だよ。
じゃあ1位の荷物をビリが家まで運んであげるでいいんじゃない？全員の荷物の宅配だと結構いい距離になっちゃうしね。
あ、それくらいならいいかもね。
I say that's not bad. That's a good punishment.
なんだか今日の罰ゲームは簡単ですわね。この程度の罰ゲームではケイチさんにやらせても面白くありませんわ。
じゃあもうちょっとレベルアップしようかね。
Dang.
ただ荷物運びをするだけじゃじゃーん。これを着て荷物運びをしてもらうというのはどうかな？
Oh no.
なぜにメイド服？
A maid outfit?
かわいいけど、そんなの嫌。
To town?
でもケイチさんが負けた場合はどうしますの？ケイチさんに着れるサイズがなければ。
そこは抜かりないよ。
ケイちゃん用にちゃんと XL サイズも用意してあるもんね。
She got one prepared just for him.
さあ覚悟はいい？メイドコスさせて外を練り歩かせてあげるよ。カチューシャからシューベルトにショーツまで全部揃ってるんだからね。
絶対変だ。なんでそんなものがサイズごとに全部ロッカーに入ってるんだよ。
Why do you have the underwear size? How do you know his underwear size? This is bad. Keiichi Maebara. Somehow it become a situation where only my failure results in an overly cruel price to pay. What if I make a mistake and lose? I wouldn't be able to walk around in broad daylight anymore. Oh, ma'am, about that Maebara boy. Did you hear about him? It seems like he has a presence of cross-gesturing. Oh my, really? That would be so embarrassing, you know? Oh, I can't do it.
それは辛すぎる。
That's just incredibly brutal. If we were to return this penalty to some semblance of normalcy, this is the only time. Because, like, not only do you have to go to the winner's house, you have to come back all the way home and take off and then go back to your house. So it's like you gotta make 2 trips. That's kind of terrifying. Everybody, I think we should refrain from this unwholesome penalty game. Why on the way back from school? What? Do we have to be accompanied by a girl wearing a maid uniform and carrying our baggage? Have them say master while dragging them around the village in such an embarrassing outfit? Oh bro, he lost the plot. Wait, why am I painting? What is this? This feeling welling up inside me.
ねえ、やっぱり普通の荷物持ちにしようよ。
Kate's about to risk it all just to see one of them in a maid uniform. Oh my god.
ほら、ケイチくんも固まっちゃってるし。
Honestly, I hope you get this penalty. Burning with passion, I firmly place my hands on Rena's shoulder.
レナ、罰ゲームが何かが問題じゃない。勝てばいいのさ。
He lost the plot. Well, he's gonna
そうだろ、みんな。
I turned to everybody with an idiotic grin, my pearly white flashing with a brilliant gleam.
お、ケイちゃん、分かってきたね。どんな罰ゲームでも恐れない。勝てばいいんだから。だよな、みんな。
Hey! From Mion to Rika, everybody energetically thrust their fists up high. Yeah, let's go. Only Rena seems somewhat undecided, standing there looking flustered. She's a little bit slow, isn't she? If she wins, even for Rena, it's quite a delectable opportunity.
おいおいレナ、これかなりのビッグチャンスだぜ。
Why are you pumping her up? This is how she's gonna beat you.
メイドのリカちゃんはサトコをお持ち帰りできる史上最強のチャンスなんだぞ。
Rena begins spouting a fountain of blood from her nose. Everybody superb. Look at her eyes completely changed. She shifted from Keiichi mode, as she says. I was waiting for this, Rena. Now look in her eyes.
お持ち込み。別にケイチくんでもみーちゃんでもいいんだよ。
よーし、全員覚悟は決まったね。じゃあメモの用意。第1問いくよ。
Mion opened up her textbook to a random page and read out a word that caught my eye.
まず最初のお題目は夏休み。
When I think summer break, I think the first thing I think of when I think summer break would be anime watch time. Cause like for my spring break, I remember for spring break, I spent it just standing in the computer watching anime. I remember I finished watching Zatch Bell, Bleach. Well, I got caught up to Bleach. I finally got caught up to One Piece. I think during that time, One Piece only had like 500 episodes, and then Bleach only had like 200 something episodes at the time. I was like watching a whole bunch of animes. And I was like, yeah, I was watching anime on YouTube also. Anime in parts. This is yet another quite abstract keyword. Well then, let's not worry about it too much and start with something like this.
いい？
But with them, they're probably gonna think festival.
いくよ。いっせーのせ。
On Mion's signal, everyone simultaneously held up what they wrote. Let's see what did everybody write.
蚊取り線香
Two summer festivals, one firework, one mosquito coil. Mosquito what?
お、レナと私が同じ答えだね。よっしゃ、2点獲得。
でもさとこちゃんの花火ってのもいいよね。リカちゃんの蚊取り線香ってのも季語みたいでとってもいいと思うよ。
And what did Keiichi put?
どの答えも実に涼やかなのです。
夏休みまでもうすぐだね。今年の夏はどうやって過ごすかな。
Invigorating words that invoke the image of summer break. Certainly things that enrich the soul. As everybody approaches soon to come summer break, a plethora of dreams should be echoed through their dots.
ところで圭一さんの答えは何ですの？早く見せなさいでございますわ。
俺のは大した答えじゃ。
ダメダメ。見せるのがルールなんだから。ほらほら。
見るな
What did this idiot wrote? Homework. When you think of summer break, you think of homework? See, I would have gotten a point. See, I got 1 point for thinking festival. I was thinking a personal thing, and then I was thinking of like their. Keiichi was thinking homework. The room went silent. Nobody could really follow up that response. It was as if my impertinent answer had somehow sullied the wonderful dreams of the coming summer break.
圭一くんの夏休みって楽しくなかったんだね。
That's what it's giving.
大丈夫ですよ。今年の夏はみんなで過ごしましょうです。圭一を一人ぼっちにはしませんですよ。
Rika-chan gently patted my head. What exactly does summer break mean to me? Summer courses, observing sunflowers, practice exams, special summer focus seminars. I know nothing of hot summers, because I've always been in an air-conditioned cramped school. Ugh, the tears, they...
ケイちゃんの夏休み、灰色だったんだね。
そんな哀れみの目で俺を見るんじゃね
Oh my god, he's yelling like... What's that guy's name from Demon Slayer? The yellow hair guy. This game called Symphony may be more terrifying than I could ever imagine. Zenitsu? I think that's his name.
まあとにかく私とレナは2点獲得ね。続けていくよ。次は魚。
When I think fish, I would... The first thing I think of when fish is sushi. So it's fish. Come to think of it, I haven't eaten sushi in a while. By the way, rather than lean tuna, I'm quite the connoisseur on things like flounder. I wonder who will match with this answer. Flounder? Because for a Japanese person, anyone would think this.
じゃあいいか。これは俺から公開するぜ。いっせーのせ。
Sushi. How about that for an answer? When you see a lively fish, you want to steam it or grill it. No, to have fresh sashimi in the epitome of cuisine. Rather than write sashimi, however, I choose the most amiable term in sushi. This is my cunning ploy. But contrary to the interpret result of my reply, everybody's expression was listless.
そうだよね。お魚って、お寿司は美味しいもんね。
What? Then what do they think of when they hear fish? I thought sushi too, honestly, Keiichi. I'm on your side with this.
そんな道場っぽく言うな。
じゃあ残る全員も公開するよ。
What did they wrote?
いっせー。
This has to be set up, cause no way.
イルカ。
Dolphin? Whale?
水族館。
Aquarium?
水族館。
What? They thinking outside. I would never have thought those.
リカと同じ答えですわね。2点獲得ですわ。
Keiichi got 0 points. You need to lock in.
レナはクジラか。私も考えたんね。イルカにしちゃった。
ああ、レナは最初イルカって書いたって誰も書かないかなって思ってで、どちらもとっても可愛いのですよ。
Everybody, excluding me, stopped and stared blankly at as their thoughts drift over the horizon. It seems as if they can hear the roar of the open sea from over there.
これで全員2点獲得ですわね。ケイチさん以外。ケイチくんの答え0点だけど、レナはとっても独創的で面白いと思うな。
魚と聞いて真っ先に食用に走るとは。
I mean, wouldn't you think of fish when you what do you think of food when you hear fish?
ケイちゃん、心の貧しさを恥じた方がいいよ。
I want to cry too, Keiichi, because the first thing I think of when I hear fish is food. Like, I'm not gonna think of a sea creature. Oh, Rosie! Thanks for the raid! I believe you were playing Paper Lily, right? Let me give you a shout out. Thanks for the raid, Rosie! Shout out real quick. How was stream? Oh, you were playing Genshin too? Oh, you were playing 2 games. Hi, Rosie's viewers. Hello. My name's Yume Nabi. I'm a Dreamers VTuber. I love visual novel games, indie games, and RPG. Nice to meet you guys. It was good? Nice. Paper Lily looks so interesting. That was one of the games I wanted to play. I love psychological visual novel games. The game looks so good. I think there's 2 games to that. Well, if you need to rest, do some pre-care stuff, you're welcome to do it, because I know after streaming, getting some rest is all you want to do. So I completely understand if you want to like lurk and do stuff. It's top 3 games. Oh my gosh. Yes. And plus the best thing is, the game is free, isn't it? Yeah, I think, isn't both the games free? Hello, Iron Wolf. Top 3 games? Oh my gosh, Rosie, if you think this is top 3, you need to play Nonary games. You need to play the 999 series, okay? I think you will love that game.
心が貧しいとか言うな。大体とレナの答えはなんだよ。魚類じゃないぞそれ。哺乳類だし。
It honestly, it feels like that. I understand what you mean, like Rosie. Like the game is like, I haven't played the game, but indie pixel games are so good. You love the anime? Ooh, same. I love Higurashi. I seen all 3 seasons of the show in middle school, and I fell in love with it. Then I watched Yume also. I'm playing the second game of Higurashi. The second game covers episode 5, 6, 7, and 8 of the show. Yeah, it covers 4 episodes. So it's pretty nice. Oh, thanks for the follow! Shout out to Rosie. Thanks so much for the raid and bringing your viewers over. I hope you have a great rest of your night, and I thanks so much for staying through raiding me. Gotta run now, but this was fun. Bye, Rosie. I hope you, well, I'm so happy. I'm glad your stream was awesome, and thank you so much for the raid, and I hope you have a wonderful night. That's what I'm trying to say. Bye, Rosie. Thanks again for the stream. I'm so mad with my words. Thanks again for the raid.
次の問題いくよ。
That's so cute. What a horrid game this is today. As the games pile on, it seems as if I will be further exposed as a petty human being. I'm the only one who hasn't earned any points. What I want to at least get a point in the next round.
さて次のお題目は
Sakura? When I hear the word Sakura, I think of the first thing I think of when I think Sakura, I think of Sakura Haruno from like Naruto, or I would think of cherry blossoms, or maybe even Sakura from like Cardcaptor Sakura. But Sakura, yeah, first thing I think of Sakura is cherry blossoms, picnic. So picnic, or Sakura Haruno. Let's see what Keiichi says. Damn it! This time I'll do it. Keep your cool, Keiichi Maebara. Don't think what you would normally think. Everybody else here is a girl. Stop thinking like a man. If you write down Sakura Mochi here, you'll only be repeating the tragedies of the past. Throw away the Jastignor-centric male sensibility. Watch when you don't put it and they put the same thing. Just for now, think of yourself as a girl. You are a girl. You are a girl. I am a girl!
みんな書けたかな？いくよ。
ケイチさん、今度くらい得点できないとやばいではござい。
Oh my gosh. This time it's perfect. I've completely surpassed my own instincts. This time, I will have a match. No, I will make it a match.
今度は自信だね。レナね、今度はケイチ君と会うようにね、男の子の身になって考えたんだよ。
Oh. That's so nice of you, Rena.
桜餅。
That's so sad.
僕も大好きなのです。
I knew they would flip on you, Keiichi.
書きましたですよ。
Keiichi, you need to think for yourself. Rena and Rika giggle together.
うおー今頃になって食い気を出すんじゃね
ではケイチさんは私と同じではございませんこと？お花見ですのよ。
What's Hanami? Hanami mostly consists of outdoor party. Oh, that's what I was thinking of. Okay, that's kind of a picnic. Okay, so we were thinking the same thing, Satsuko.
そうだよね。桜って言ったらお花見しかないでしょ。
Yeah. Like, you know, eating food under the sakura trees, having party. Yeah.
私も書いたよ。
Mion and Satsuko's response was Hanami. Hanami, seriously?
お花見なんて酒盛りして地帯を晒す親父イベントの定番だろうが
What are you talking about, Keiichi? This is something a girl would think of, okay? Like, sitting under the cherry blossoms, taking some pictures, having a party and drink? That is something a girl would think, okay?
なんだって女の子な答えを放棄するんだよ
じゃあ何ケイちゃん。あんたどんな女の子の答えを
Yeah, what girly response did you write down?
なんでもないよ次行こう次
No, let's see that answer. Before I knew it, Rika-chan had circled behind me and intently reading the memo I had hidden behind my back.
口紅って書いてありますです。
Cardmaster Sakura is written. That's hilarious! I was thinking that too. You know, that is super girly. Cardmaster Sakura? I was thinking He was thinking of Card Capture Sakura. Wait, how old is Card Capture? Wait a second. How does Higurashi know Card Capture Sakura? How old is this game? Wait, they're in the 80s though. But this didn't come out until 1996. Hold up. Hold up. Wait a second. I'm confused. When does Higurashi take place? Yeah, they take place in 1983. Wait, so that doesn't make any sense. They're in the Showa era. They're in the 80s. Well, I don't understand how they're mentioning an anime in the 90s if they're in the 80s, but I was thinking the same thing, Keiichi. I was thinking of Card Captor Sakura also. So I guess that's as girly as they can come. Cause I was thinking of Picnic, aka Hanami, and I was also thinking of Card Captor Sakura or Sakura Hanano. But I doubt Naruto has probably existed during that time. That's hilarious. Keiichi, you deserve to lose. It became dead quiet. The rough silence enveloped the room. It would be fine if somebody had at least laughed at me or played it off as something dumb, but nobody even flinched. The feeling in the pit of my stomach reached critical mass, causing my once bludgeoning face to flush with a student wave of heat. Sakura can only meet Cardmaster Sakura, can't it? It's a super popular anime that broadcasts every week on the government run network. Run network. It's broken through to every demographic from little girls to grown men. You've seen it, haven't you? No, you definitely seen it. Even I've seen it.
いや、そんな力説しなくてもよく知ってるよ。
It's that thingy where she fights in a different costumes every week, right? Yeah, Cardcaptor Sakura. She like fights in a different magical girl outfit and she fights monsters, right?
うん、知ってる知ってる。
They are not having it. Yep, it's cute, isn't it? Rena sometimes browsed through it at the magazine stand to keep up with the story. I saw it for the first time recently. Sakura is cool and so cheerful all the time. I like the girl who's always filming with the camcorder. Oh, her cousin. It's not just popular little girls. It's also surprisingly well received by older boys, isn't it? To think that Kei-chan was one of those. I felt like I had what the heck? Blurted out something unnecessary and had it completely self-destructed, but that wasn't the main problem. So you all know it, don't you? Then why didn't you write it down? Sakura means Sakura Kitamoto. Sakura-tan. Why is he panting? Man, freaking weirdo. Cardmaster Sakura is the right answer! Mion quietly put her hands on my shoulder.
ケイちゃん、今確信したわ。ケイちゃんは骨の髄まで親父なんだよ。強制不能なくらい。
Keiichi, you're not thinking of the right answer.
なんでみんなそんな同情的な目で見るんだ。
そんなことないよ、ケイイチくん。さあ、頑張ろう。ここから大逆転だよ。
Will it? I highly doubt that.
親父なケイイチさんに逆転など
Don't everybody got like 4 points? It's too late for him.
おとなしく今日の罰ゲームをおくらいなさいませ。
What was today's penalty game again? You gotta wear a maid outfit.
メイドさん衣装、カチューシャ、ガーターベルト付きで1位の人の荷物を運ぶのですよ。
See, that's what you get for being a perv.
さあ、我が部の部員ならこの絶対不利を覆してごらん。さあさあ、続けていくよ。
Wait, is it done? What the heck just happened?
ケイイチくんが嬉しそうだよ。なんでだろう、なんでだろう。
Keiichi, if I were you, I'll be speed running to whoever house I need to go to and then go all the way back home. Cause like, I know you must be uncomfortable wearing that maid outfit.
きっと女装の喜びに目覚めちゃったんだよ。
あ、ケイチくん、カチューシャ落ちそうだよ。直してあげるね。
Don't touch me. Rena cheerfully adjusted the hairband that has been enshrined upon my head.
どうよケイちゃん、本物の女の子の前で女の子の格好をする快感に目覚めたりとかした？
What did the maid uniform look like they had to use for the thing? Let me search again. Maid uniform Higurashi. Let me see what it looked like. Wait, did he have to wear that uniform? Wait, Keiichi? Cause I think in the anime Keiichi did wear a maid uniform. Oh, I see. Okay, he wears it in the manga too.
正直に言ってごらん。
I got the image now.
大丈夫。笑ったりしなったりした。
Wait, the manga looks so good cause he's you know, it looks cute on him. And plus he's holding, I think it's Mion's school bag he's holding in the manga panel. That's a good one. Looks good. He should accept it. Swinging Mion's bag about wildly, I chased her in a circle for a bit. Today's loser was quickly decided to be me. When I had been assured of finishing last, Mion showed her true power. She began racking up points with an iron fist. In the end, we didn't even have to, out of course, know who was on top. After that, in the changing room, with such wailing and gnashing of teeth, pushing the boundaries of shame and brutality, I was instructed by Mion on how to put on everything from ribbon to underwear. Underwear? Damn you, Mion. What do you mean knowing this will come in handy one day? Who knows?
男がエプロンドレスの着方を習って人生のどこに立つってんだよ。
ケイちゃん、声大きい声を。黙ってりゃ演劇のお稽古くらいでごまかせるんだから。
大騒ぎしたら、その個性的な趣味の人だって勘ぐられちゃうよ。
But once you guys leave, it'll be kind of uncomfortable to, like, you know... Ooh, I'm not gonna say all that. I shudder from head to toe, resisting the urge to scream. He loves doing that.
で、ケイちゃんってさ、お肌のキメ細かいよね。お化粧のノリがいいってよく言われない？
Seeing that, Mion gently rubbed my cheeks. Whoa, what kind of man gets praised for being easy to apply makeup on them?
メイドさんのカチューシャをつけた感想はどう？これぞまさに画量転生。カチューシャこそがメイド衣装の真骨頂だもんね。
何が画量転生だ。バカこら、いじるな。
ケイチくん照れてる。かいい。
かいいWhat the...
そうそう。男の人ってフリフリとかって好きなんだよね。
Wear like a man.
どうよ。それを自分で身につけてみた感想は。
That's so funny.
感想なんて別に。バカやめろ。めくるな。
キュッとするでしょ。歩くたびに足元スーススース。
She's a perv too.
ちゃんと感じてる。
What the heck? Stop! Don't whisper such strange things in my ear. My miserable manhood subtly shifted.
赤くなってる。やっと気づいたかな？そう。今ケイちゃんは成人男子垂涎のメイドさんそのものなんだよ。
That's scary. Stop it, Mion. Really? Why do you have to whisper that right in my ear?
メイドさんをギューって抱きしめたいって思ったことない？ケイちゃんは今ね、そのメイドさんと一体化してるの。わかる？それはね、肌を重ねるよりもずっと近い距離。
I think I wouldn't come back to school in a couple days, like in a week.
ほら、息吹や鼓動が聞こえてこない？
みーちゃん、それって
on the verge of overheating, a long red line flowed out of Rena's nose.
ちゃんとお化粧してケイちゃん好みのストレートロングのカツラかぶせて、ケイちゃんの理想をそのままの美少女にコーディネートしてあげるよ。そしたらさ、私と一緒に街を歩こうよ。きっと男たちの視線を独り占め。
Is he wearing a wig too?
それはきっととても気持ちのいいことだよ。
And what is she talking about?
これである一部分を除けば本物の女の子なのにな。
What? Seeing that, she tried to flip my skirt. What? This is definitely not the time. I can't let them see me with this male-centric problem. Whoa. Before I realized it, Rena was caressing my head and rubbing me with her cheek.
もじもじしてるケイチくん、すごくかいかたい。お持ち帰り。
Peering through Rena's vice-like embrace, I saw Mion laying spread eagle on her back. I see. This must be what Satsuko and Rika-chan feel like when they become Rena's prey. After that, it took quite some time to calm Rena down from her frenzy. I'm hungry.
じゃあね、ケイちゃん。今日は最高に楽しかったわ。
覚えてろ、ミヨン。今日の屈辱はきっと10倍にして返す。絶対に俺が圧勝してこれ以上にすごい服着せてお持ち帰りしてやる。
おじさんに勝てたらね。その機会を楽しみにしてるわ。
Mion tossed me my clothes and looking in as good as a mood as I ever seen her left. Okay now.
ミヨンから解放された今、俺は1分1秒でも早く家に逃げ帰る必要がある。
そうだね。レナはみーちゃんみたいに上手じゃないから、誰かとすれ違ってもフォローしてあげるね。
What? Soon after that, I went into full-out dash. I'm pretty sure I was running the 100 meters in just 6 seconds there. Oh my
じゃあ
god.
ね、ケイチくん。また明日ね。
You don't want anybody to
お
find
い
out.
また明日な。
The fact that I didn't bump into anybody I knew was probably divine favor for my constant good behavior. What about your parents? It's been going my way today. At that moment, the front door opened as if somebody was waiting for me.
おお、ケイチ。
Oh, your dad would be probably the worst person to see you this.
帰ったか。お父さんはこれからセカンポ。
I was dumbstruck by how slow my father was to react. A normal person would have realized the peculiar scene before them around. Oh, hey, Jay.
父さん、これはほら、いつも話してる部活の罰ゲームなんだよ。今日はたまたま俺が負けちゃって。
My dad placed his hand on my shoulder. It was an oddly moist and uncomfortably warm hand.
ケイチ、父さんとあとちょっとお話ししような。も
Why?
ちろん母さんには内緒でだ。
What's happening?
やだよ、父さん。俺、今から見たいテレビが。
Mion, you shall rule this day. His artistic flame raging like a wildfire. My dad dragged me along. I disappeared to the depths of the studio. Oh, not our dad painting us in our maid uniform. This is getting weird.
ケイチいる？あら、お風呂だったのね。それ化粧水よ。
いや、それより何？
ごめんね。母さんちょっと頭が痛くてお夕飯作れそうにないの。
That's okay, Mom. We'll eat instant noodle.
だから申し訳ないんだけど、お父さんと一緒に表に食べに行ってくれる？
My mom is a go-get-em superwoman at work, but it occasionally takes a toll on her health. Understandable. So that kind of situation is hardly a rarity.
それはいいけど、母さんは晩飯はどうするの？
母さん一人なら適当になんとかするから。行って。
ケイチ、車で行くから早くしなさい。
Still. Oh, they're gonna eat out. They better give Mom leftover. Dad quickly got the car ready. He must be hungry. He only moves so energetically when it's time to eat.
お待たせ。
Ooh, we're in the car.
で、どこに食べに行くの？
お父さんな、この間いいお店見つけたんだよ。そこ行こうか。
My dad usually only complains about things. For him to actually praise something is unexpected. I wonder what kind of place is that he ranked it 3 stars. As one who seeks the way of the Gorman, I, Keiichi Maebara, am generally intrigued. The headlights of the car cut through the early darkness of the Hinamizawa night, carving a straight path towards town. I was wondering where such a gem of a restaurant could be hidden away. It was sparkling like the family restaurant right by the station.
父さんの言ういい店ってここ？
The word Angel Mort were written on a very family restaurant-esque cartoonish logo. It had the air of a grill-oriented all-you-can-eat cake buffet rather than a proper restaurant. Isn't this where we meet Shion?
圭一は入ったことないだろう。
Come to think of it, I hadn't. There's been times when I've traveled to faraway towns to eat, but returning only as far as Okinomiya Station, there was really no reason to dine out. Home was just a stone throw away after all. I see. That was the reason I never noticed it before. They stopped the car in the restaurant parking lot. It seemed like business is booming. There's quite a few cars parked here. But what really amazed me are the license plates. There's lots of them that can't be found from this area. Fukuyama, Nagano, well that's fine. Chiba? Saitama? Dang, that's pretty far. Opening up my mental geography book, I calculated how long it would have taken to get here via the major highway. Dang, my phone's about to die. This chapter better ends quickly.
圭一もどうやらこの店の凄みに気づいたようだな。
どういうこと？この店に来るためにこんなに遠方から人が来るってこと？
The food better be good. Following my dad, I climbed the steps and entered the building. The bell attached to the door clattered as we entered, and a waitress soon greeted us. After confirming our party size and whether we wanted a smoking or non-smoking seat, she guided us inside. Oh, the menu looks so cute. I like when menu shows the picture of the food, because like, why do I have to guess what the food looks like in order to order it? Dad ordered 2 of the daily specials. It seemed like they were ready made, so there wasn't much of a wait at all until our meals were brought to us. The taste was, no offense to Dad, not so different from your run-of-the-mill family restaurant. It's the
味だけ
girls.
で言えば普通のファミレスに見える。
It's the girls.
味なんかはどうでもいいんだ圭一。なあ、いいだろう。
I see. It's just maybe that the food here might be nothing more than average. The demographic of the customers were pretty much all young men. It's like when you go to a maid cafe and you expect the food to be great, but it's not really that all good. It's just, you're just there for the maids, not for the food entirely, but it's an experience. It may call itself a family restaurant, but there wasn't a single table with a family. And yet it was packed. The parking lot was filled with cars from all corners of the country. If they didn't come from afar and wide to eat this completely mediocre food, then there's only one other reason. Dad flagged down a nearby waitress.
すみません。セットのデザートがまだ来ないんですけど。
申し訳ございません。
Oh my god, it's Shion! It's her! And you can even hear in her voice how she's different from Mion too.
日替わり A セットのデザートです。さっきからずーっと待ってるんですけどね。
Daily combo A?
すみません。すぐにお持ちしますので。
I like Shion. Though she deceived me before, I still like her. Apparently, rookie waitress rushed off flustered.
父さん、ひょっとしてこの店って。
いいだろう。ここのウェイトレスさんの制服。
That's weird too. For taking his son to a restaurant like this is kind of weird.
何をするんだケイチ。
Like,
父さんにも殴られたことないのに。
my own father? Oh. Oh my god.
俺は息子だ。
いいかケイチ。父さんは決して不埒なつもりで来ているんじゃないんだぞ。
Really? Because, like, who brings their son out here to eat food? Because you ain't here to eat.
あのグッドでキュートでエキセントリックな衣装から受けるインプレッションを芸術的インスピレーションを
Is that why you drag your son in a room to paint him?
お前に感じさせてやりたかったんだよ。お前だってこういう刺激を求めていたはずだ。
Stimulation?
そうだろう。でも一人じゃ恥ずかしい。分かってる。だから父さんが無理やり連れてきたんだ。父さんのせいにし、父さんが泥をかぶったとしても圭一にはこの気持ちを分かってほしかったんだ。
The excuses.
ああ、トイレ行ってくる。
My father has always had a bad habit of trying to hide his embarrassment using incomprehensible nonsense as a silkscreen. Oh, like father, like father, like son. I want to believe that this weirdness won't be genetic. Continuing this one-sided rambling, my father stood up and headed to the back washroom. With him gone, I was left alone in the booth. Finally, at this time, a feeling of embarrassment welled up inside me. I had nothing to do but go beat red with shame. The waitress from before returned, her eyes altering between the order slip and the table. Arriving at my seat, she hesitantly tried to say something. A more veteran waitress offered some advice from over her shoulder. Just calm down and say sorry for the wait.
大変お待たせして申し訳ありませんでした。
Keiichi, doesn't she look familiar? Wait, now that we meet her, let me see what she looks like in her other form. I don't know. Let's see the other ones. Yeah, let's do it like this. Right, just like that. Do your best. Whispering that into her ears, the veteran waitress left. This waitress must have been higher. With an absolute lack of confidence, she moved hesitantly and maybe even somewhat whatever. Watching her put me on edge. I silently watched as she placed the dessert on the table with an inexperienced hand. But it's just as Dad says, what an incredible uniform these are. They were like a bunny girl plus a maid plus some sort of furry outfit, all in a perfect ratio, most certainly a rather dubious, charming kind of fashion. In any case, she's in no way appeared to be a proper waitress. What should I do? I was catching glimpses of too many things I didn't know where to look. Wearing something like that, walking around the restaurant, is as bad as it can be for digestion. Even though she was wearing that outfit, this particular waitress had no idea what to do either. This flustered state, without a doubt, should be attributed to the amount of bare skin showing rather than being new to the job. Both the waitress and I mutually avoided eye contact. What a platonically embarrassing feeling this is. I'm a customer, you know? It's alright to be more straightforward. My nose is starting to bleed. Bro, get it together. At that moment, our eyes just happened to meet. Both of us blinked, doubting who we were looking at. What? This is...
ミオンだよな。
No, that's Shion. On top of her hair being let down, she was so far removed from her usual confidence-filled attitude, I didn't realize it was her at all. It was Mion. Why is she here?
お前なんでこんなとこで働いてるんだよ。
おじさんのお店の手伝い。
Wait, why is she lying? Wait a second. Come to think of it, I did hear her talk about how her relatives have stores in town and that she sometimes worked part-time to help them.
おお。
Why isn't she saying who she is? Wait a second. I know who you are. You are not Mion.
それはご苦労さんなことで。
The nervous feeling I had dissipated in an instinct. Knowing that this was Mion, there was no reason to feel that way. Well, actually, my animal instincts tell me that the power balance between Mion and myself have been turned upside down. That's right, I'm a customer. position is superior to hers. The humiliation from today's penalty game was cutting through the recess of my mind. And there really is a god. Oh my god. For him to grant me this opportunity for revenge. Noticing the flames of revenge burning in my eyes, Mion took a step back.
しかしこうして見ると結構そういう服も似合ってるじゃねえの。
Let me see.
恥ずかしいんだからそのあまり見ないでよ。
I confirmed my preemptive strike was a clean hit. There's no mistaking that. Mion is currently defenseless. Hold up.
ミオンって結構胸があるから今にも見えちゃいそうだよな。
What?
お客さんみんな見てるぞきっと。
そんなこと
Why would you say that?
言わないでよ。
恥ずかしがったふりしてもダメだからな。ミオンはそういう恥ずかしい衣装で男の目を楽しんでんだろ。
That's me.
じゃなきゃそんな格好できないもんな。
私だってその好きでこんなしてるわけじゃ。
That's so mean. Is this alright, Keiichi Maebara? Aren't you taking this a little too far? You are. Even if it's a payback for that humiliation during the day, isn't it too much? Hey, shut up, logic. To pay back Mion tenfold is a chance you'll hardly ever get.
こんな恥ずかしい格
This
好
is
し
not
て
even Mion
お
though.
母さんは悲しんでるぞ。
Mother? Wait, you said mother?
その見えそうで見えないのが最高だよな。
Ew.
もっと近う寄れ。
Why is he being such a creep?
お客様への奉仕の心がまだまだでおじゃるぞよ。
This is like one of the reasons why I don't like Keiichi. He's just so weird.
どうかお許し
あうお持ち帰り。
Entering a vision of Rena Keiichi mode, blood spewing from my nose like a waterfall, I was going until I had no regrets. I was going to complete this verbal humiliation. I mean, revenge for today's event.
これくらいで今日は許してやろう。はう。
Ew. It seems like Mion's neutral circuits were completely shorted from the embarrassment. I might have teased her a little too much, or so I thought. But such a meek Mion is something you hardly ever see. So this was good for now. Leaving aside what exactly was
し
good.
かしかったな。天下ごめんのミオンがウェイトってなんてな。
違う。
でも意外な一面だよな。昼間のミオンに見せてやりたいよ。っていうかレナたちにも見せてやりたいな。レナなんかきっと狂乱して喜ぶぞ。あいつこの店で働きたいとか言い出すんじゃないか。
違うんです。
俺もミオンにこんな可愛い服装が似合うなんて夢にも思わなかったぜ。
Don't say Caillou outside your friend group.
だから違うんです。
While turning bright red, Mion finally spit out the words that were lodged in her throat.
違うって何がだよ。
ミオンじゃないんです。
What? I was taken aback at Mion's confusing words.
ミオンじゃないって。じゃあお前は誰だよ。園崎ミオンだろ。
No, she's Shion Sonozaki.
ごめんなさい。言いそびれちゃってたんですけど、私園崎シオンなんです。姉がミオンなんですよ。
My eyes unconsciously widened with surprise with this brazenly crazy talk. Mion, probably thinking that there was no way such a far-fetched excuse would work, turned into bright red while fidgeting nervously.
シオン園崎。
よくお姉に間違われるんです。
でも俺に会った時初対面とは思えない反応を示したよな。
それはいつもお姉が話してる人だから知ってたわけで。
A little bit of a cringeworthy excuse, that is. But when I looked at Mion's eyes, which begged me to believe her, the urge to cheese completely subsided. To us, Mion had to be a leader who was normally overflowing with confidence, a guiding force. If I were to slash out at Mion, I would have ruined something I shouldn't have. That was something I would never wish for. So I understand. This foolishness here is something very different from the everyday Mion. That's why she's Shion.
そっか。だったら悪かったな。
分かってくれればいいんです。お姉も敵の多い人ですから。
Well, now she's self-aware of the fact that now she is. As I unintentionally laughed out loud, Mion, no Shion, laughed with me.
シオンはこういう仕事初めてなのか？慣れてなさそうださ。
実は今日がケイちゃんが初めてのお客さんなの。
A little flustered after saying that, she quickly asked if it was okay for her to refer to me the same way her sister did. Seeing that blatant quick quirk was so cute, I couldn't stop laughing.
おじさんの店でバイトしてるってのは前に聞いてたからさ。もっと手慣れてるものだと思ってたぜ。
お店持ってる親類って他にもいるの。だからこのお店のおじさんの手伝いをするのは初めてで。
I see, makes sense. Anybody would be tentative doing the job they weren't used to.
ミオンはこの店手伝いに来ないのか？
お姉ってほら、こういう可愛いの苦手なんで。
I know what she's trying to say.
そうだな。ミオンって毛の方が似合うやつだもんな。だからこの店の手伝いはシオンちゃんが来て正解だったと思うぜ。
Huh? Shion asked it, probably thinking she misheard me.
その制服ミオンなんかには絶対に似合わないと思うけど、シオンちゃんにはよく似合ってると思うしさ。
それって
Shion, like Rena often does, spaced out and returns bright red.
どういう意味なのかな。
At least for this moment, it feels like Shion's character actually existed, because there was no way that Mion I knew had this side to her. At that moment, we realized that the more veteran waitress was waving at us from across the room.
園崎さん、R 入っちゃっていいですよ。はい。
Mion finally returned to her seat. It seemed as if it was time for her to take her break.
じゃあ私はこれで。噂のケイちゃんと話せて楽しかったです。
ミオンと勘違いしていじめてミオン改めて復習すると伝えておいてくれ。
メイドの格好をさせられて表を歩かせられたんですよね。
Hilarious. That devilish laugh and smile. It was exactly the same as the one I knew.
書かされた恥はきっとお返しすると伝えておいてくれ。
それより私、今日いじめられたことお姉にチクりますから。お姉に部活で仇を取られちゃってくださいね。
上等だぜ。返り討ちにしてやら。
No, you're not. Mion laughed it with a warm smile devoid of any remaining nervousness and disappeared into the back, meaning Shion. It felt like I had a very valuable experience today. That's right, for now I know the high and mighty Mion has a weak spot point to panic and get embarrassed about. Oh, he thinks that's Mion and not. He thinks Mion is lying about having a twin. But of all things, to her to say she has a twin sister. I thought that maybe I should ask Rena tomorrow if she really has a sister. But maybe it's better that I didn't ask. It's a bit mean-spirited. I said that the person I met here today was Shion, the younger twin sister. So I'll refrain from doing anything that would deny that. It's not that we actually made a promise or anything, but that little exchange gave birth to a new rule between me and Mion. Somebody tapped me on the shoulder. It was my dad. That was a long trip to the washroom, and what was he doing in there? I hope it's not something... not what I think it is. He probably came up with a new idea for an art piece when he was sitting on the can.
Keiichi, そろそろいいか? 帰ろう.
You didn't even eat. Settling the bill, my father had his custom card stamp. It was pretty much filled. How many times he's been here? Damn, Dad, you're quite the regular customer.
さっきの新米ウェイトレスさんはケイイチの知り合いか?
なんだ、物陰から見てたのかよ。
Dad has the oddest sense of tact sometimes.
学校の子かい? ひなみざわの?
うん。俺の友達のミオンってやつの妹なんだよ。学校はひなみざわじゃなくて、町野に通ってるみたいだね。学校じゃ会ったことないから。
へえ。ひなみざわの子ってみんなケイイチと同じ学校に通ってるわけじゃないのか?
半分くらいらしいよ。半分の生徒は町の学校まではるばる自転車で登校してるんだってさ。
In this way, the feeling that I was really talking to Shion came to me. What should I say to Mion tomorrow? I met your little sister? Something like that? Even with Mion's being like that, us having a secret between the two of us made me both a little happy and a little embarrassed. Does Shion really exist? An introduction to Angel Angel what? Oh, I got a trophy. Met Shion.
Huh? Mion-san の家族?
Okay, my phone's about to die, so let me charge it real quick. Can't save this. Okay, I guess I'm gonna be stuck like this. Wait, unless I do, get off here real quick. Switch to the PNG model. Alright, let's be PNG Yume for today. Night. Hey, blah, 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 blah. 1, 2, wait, 1, 1, 2, 3. Okay, it's whatever.
ああ、もっと平たく言えば、あいつに兄弟とかいないのかなって思ってさ。
I was actually wondering whether her younger twin sister named Shion really existed. And my curiosity got the better of me, so I quietly asked Satoko about it.
なんでございましょうね。いるやらいないやら。
She wasn't being very clear about it. Has Satoko never gone over to Mion's house to play?
その反応からすると、会ったことがないみたいだな。
ええ、おばあさん以外にはありませんですわ。
So, as far as I could tell, there were already dark clouds over the Shion its real theory.
そういうのは理科が詳しいですわよ。理科に聞いてごらんなさいですわ。
Satoko waved to Rika-chan, who was basking in the sunlight.
リカ、ミオンさんのご家族のことをご存知ですの？
Rika-chan was surprisingly at the sudden question.
ミーには家族や親戚がいっぱいいますですから。
そんなにたくさんいるのか。例えばさ、シオンってやつはいるのか。その聞き間違いかもしれないから、ひょっとすると実在しないかもしれないんだけど。
C ですか？そうですよ。
Huh? That was unexpected. So she was real.
よく似た名前ですのね。間違えて舌を噛んじゃいそうですわ。ミーの双子の妹さんだと聞いたことがありますですが、あまり会ったです。
Rika-chan knew a bit about her as well, but hadn't seen her much.
何年か前に法事の集まりがあった時に会ったような気がしますですよ。
このクラスにいないってことは、ここは沖宮の方に通ってわけかな。
お家も沖宮なのかもしれませんわよ。だってミョンさん自身家族とは別でおばあさんと暮らしてるわけですから。
So Mion lives with her grandma while Shion lives with the main family. She didn't live with her parents? That was a bit odd. Was there something between them?
とてもややこしいです。親類の数が多いらしいですから、きっといろいろと都合があるにのですわ。
For now, I learned that she had a younger twin sister named Shion, but her family structure, including her own position, still seemed very mysterious.
お、3人揃話だい。おじさんも混ぜてよ。あら、
ミオンさんいいところへ。ミオンさんに双子の妹さんがいるってのは本当でございますの？
Ah, Mion, crap.
妹？いるよ。
Why is she blushing? Mion grew uncharacteristically red in the face at loss. I think she's looking at me.
あら、それは知らなかったですわ。どんな方なのかしら。ぜひ一度お顔を見てみたいですわね。
会わない方がいいよ。可愛くないし、生意気だし、たまに電話で話すくらいで、私もしばらく会ってないし。
Why did it look like she was in such a panic? It's like she's declaring that the Shion from yesterday was actually a fake. Anyway, that was pretty funny, so I'll let it go for a little while longer. Anyways, Mion under the name of Shion. Will I be able to see her if I go to that restaurant again? I had a mysterious feeling, as if I made a new friend despite knowing that she and Mion were the same person. Oh, she doesn't leave her. Okay, an introduction to Angel Mort. Reprint from the Victorious War Photographer Guide April issue, Complete Conquest Analytic Family Restaurant Chapter. Now, at least we come to the blazing hot third day, to Angel Mort, a super famous restaurant and the envy of all enthusiasts. Despite being located in the remote Shishibone city of XX Prefecture, why exactly did the most famous store avoid the center of human habitation? It can only be because it's a trial given to us by the gods of war photography. It's a famous locally for having the best dessert in town, but that matters not to us. If you want expensive desserts, then you can just go to a censor place or something. We aim not for the sweet treats, but for the sweet uniform. Oh my god. The fragment of murmur a sweet waft from these obligatory waitress uniforms, creating no less than a public torture device? How can their bashful flirtation be on par with all the other restaurants with their cute uniform all across the country? I wish I didn't. War photography hunter, away! The smoking area are the real superposition. Aim for the chance at them with a blah 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 blah. Otakus are ordinarily non-smokers, so I'll procure a seat in the smoking area and set up camp there. I suspected of Rue the hunter. He's saying his victory was decided the moment he chose his seat. In actuality, Rue used the same tactic during the grand opening of Akihabara's and succeeded in getting the best seat in the house. Back then, he also went early in the afternoon, just after the lunch rush, and not only did he find his target seat empty, he also obtained it with ease. By utilizing tricks such as ordering a little at a time, it effortlessly increased the number of opportunities for engagement, carefully scooping out his chance for a picture. But as if cursed by that from the day before, the god of photography did not smile upon him. After suffering successful firm defeats until 3 p.m., he finds no chance of coming his way. And after 4 p.m., a man begins to take his order. It looks as though he has been seen through. It is the rule of a hunter to withdraw with grace once marked. Rue, my aim was perfect, but the fork technique I used it at 2:30 seemed to have backfired. Maybe they were worried because I sat in a booth and left my bag on the floor. Perhaps the hidden camera in a bag trick is already a hat trick. Oh my god. Weird. Weirdos! If there were 2-digit EGs involved for sticking here half the day, I have a high encounter rate. I am mortified. I am mortified for you. Even so, he still got a few pieces of gold. I don't even know what they're talking about. Like, what is he talking about? Hunting for girls? Like, you just want to take a picture of their uniforms? Weirdo. Oh my god, get me out of this one. What happened to the plot? Like, Gunner chapter. Alright, let me save. Let's save right here. And aye, so bright.
いいですか、皆さん。
Hey, it's our teacher, but we're gonna quit the game. Alright, I finished 2 chapters, so I finished 2 like I said. So next time we'll do 3 and 4. But that's a good place to stop at. I've been streaming for like I'm almost about to hit 4 hours, so I think that's pretty good enough. Oh my. Let me change the music real quick. I just want to say thank you so much, guys, for watching the stream. I hope you guys enjoy this new
Trailmaker.
I hope you guys enjoy me playing Higurashi Chapter 2, Watanagashi. We were playing Chapter 1 and 2. Other social like Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, YouTube, you know, my other platforms. And what else? Also, I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow because tomorrow my sister is graduating. So, you know, I don't know if I'll stream tomorrow, but if I do, if I do stream tomorrow, we'll do a rigging stream. We'll do a rigging stream if it's on Sunday. If not, I don't know if we'll do it Monday because, you know, Monday's my sister's birthday. So, you know, it's celebration time, then more celebration time. So, you know, when I stream next time, I'll let you guys know in Discord. So, okay, let me go raid and to end it all off because I'm ready to go to bed. It's like almost 1 in the morning. Oh, let's see. Should I read? Haven't I raid? Let's raid Ray. She's having a birthday. She's having a 12-hour birthday celebration. Why not raid her? And plus, Ray is my VSib. So let's give a shout out, support to her. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Good night to all of you guys, and I'll see you guys next time.